Hi, welcome to Creative Crits. Thank you for joining us, all you wonderful people out there. We will be playing Kal'add Episode 7 tonight. I am so excited to be back and playing this game. Some quick announcements before we get started, as always. On Tuesday, January 5th, Jesse Jurdak is showing off his new game system, Cappy Battle. Yeah. During that game, we will have a giveaway from Mithril Armory. We will be giving away two 1020s to the person with the best pun that watches the game.
Yes, amazing.
So I'm super excited for that one, and so if you would like to tune in, that's again Tuesday, January 25th, so just a couple days from now. On January 30th is the next game for yet another venturing party. So I don't know what episode you guys are on now.
Oh, geez. I think we're on episode 5.
Episode 5.
Yeah.
But if you haven't tuned into that one, it's really cool as well. You're kind of like exploring in a painting.
Yeah, I'm in that one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to come and watch me again.
Yeah, get lots of Dominic.
Yeah.
So, just for a fair warning, we are using a lighting system that possibly will flash or change color at various times. So if you're sensitive to that, it will be happening periodically during games. That being said, we do have a big milestone that we hit either today or yesterday. We are now at 300 subscribers. Speaking of party mode. Yeah, so to talk about our last game, we started out the game with a big detour of a really poorly done drug deal.
Like a
Says who?
Yeah,
I think
according to who? It worked, didn't it?
We accomplished what we needed to.
They definitely accomplished getting some information, but they did not succeed at being the best of drug dealers.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah, not that we condone drug dealing. There was an epic ship battle that members from our Discord joined in with, and they captured the ship that is now named the Shattered Sail.
The Shattered Sail, yes.
And they picked up some nefarious goods and set sail. Speaking of our Discord, if you'd like to join our Discord, we have a really awesome growing community, and it's actually really exciting to see everything that's happening. Specifically for this game, people can join our Discord, join up and be a member of the ship's crew for the ship that we're on currently. You get a chance to do some roles and interact with our live streams live as they happen. Along with that, there's some games that are queued up from DMs that will DM in the world and have little like side quests for you to do. So some really cool stuff that's happening, I think, in our Discord. We also have some great memes created by Dominic, and a lot of other cool stuff. I mean, anything else you guys want to say about the Discord?
Just a note on the joining the Discord community. So not only do you get to talk with a bunch of other people who are also nerds and enjoy the same things as you, but for this game, there's also like soft RP, like forum style that happens between games. And so if you can't tune in live, but you still want to be part of the ship's crew or like be a part of that, it's definitely sort of more of like a forum, like post play kind of thing where you can interact and
play by post.
Yeah, play by post. That's the thing I was thinking about. So we have a little bit of everything for all schedules and whatever you can make. We'd love to have you.
Absolutely,
for sure. Well, I think that's all of the news and announcements that we have. So let's dive right into it.
Let's do it.
The party has set sail on their vessel that they've hard earned after many a game of trying to get a vessel, and you have now earned the Shattered Sail. You have set sail. The sea breeze is behind you, and you're on your way to the port of Ionzaris. You have a full crew. I'm going to give you a little bit of time to explore the ship, interact with each other. What would you like to do?
Well, firstly, I've got to get the rest of the crew up in arms. They're dragging their feet. And so shout out, and I give the crew a little roar. And I'm like, all right, stop dragging your feet. We've got some work to do. I want everybody singing. Haul along. Yo, yo, haul.
Yo ho,
Oh, yeah.
yo ho.
Oh, me too, okay.
Yo, ho, yo, ho, yo, ho, yo, ho, yo, ho. There once was a captain, pride of tones.
Was captain of Pride of Tongues.
The name of the captain
totally
was
know this
Bellamy Bones.
The name of the captain was Bellamy Bones.
Up on the mast, her flag does fly.
Up on the mast, her flag does fly.
All who see it surrender or die.
All who see it surrender or die.
Yo ho, yo ho.
Yo ho, yo ho.
Oh, this is great.
Yo ho.
Yo ho, yo ho.
Soon on the wavelength's brow.
Soon on the wavelength's prow.
We claim the ship and we claim it now.
We claim this ship and we claim it now.
Woo!
That was amazing, Salon.
That was a surprise. I wish I had practiced
you made that song just for me.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
that's
the
amazing.
captain. Every captain deserves a sea shanty.
Oh, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me.
All right.
Oh, well, thank you.
No problem.
I'm sure that you see Wit flying up above,
Yeah.
proudly singing the shanty that you've created and joining in. You see various members, Squat and Fig, repairing the ballista that have been damaged in the previous battle. Is there anything else that you'd like to do?
Well, I want to get a good lay of the ship. So a lot of what I was doing sort of immediately was going over every part of the ship, the below decks, the captain quarters, everything, just to make sure that I know this ship like the back of my hand. And if there's any surprises, I want to find them.
As you travel through the ship, for the most part, you actually see that the ship is in pretty good order, and you're familiar with you're a proficient in sailing, and you're familiar with sailing vessels, and you can tell the previous owners kept a really tight ship. You do notice that most of the food in the water barrels haven't been stowed because they were at port and they have been taken down. The ship, for the most part, is provisioned with hardtack, which are these flat, hard as rock biscuits that are basically just flour and salt that's been baked. And to eat them, you have to basically get them soggy somehow. Otherwise, they're just entirely unedible.
Okay.
But as you go through it, for the most part, the ship is very, very well ordered. However, you do find below decks in the bow of the boat, you find a little spot that there's been a makeshift kind of artificer's workshop that's been created down there by a member of the crew that has found and collected some barrels and made some tables, and you're not really sure what he's working on, but it seems like he's working on some sort of lantern currently.
Cool. I do love a good invention. It makes me miss Git, though.
Yeah, he was a good artificer.
It's true.
Him and his sausages.
Well, as soon as I get done sort of looking about, I'm going to retire to my quarters and feel a little bit more at home in the captain's quarters.
Absolutely. You make it back to the captain's quarters and get your private space, much more spacious than the rest of the crew's quarters, and definitely a little fancier and a little better off.
All right.
Cool.
Anything that you'd like Salarm to do before?
He's gonna go ahead and I'd say probably again just check in on the crew, make sure everybody's got their provisions for the day and that everybody's well into their cups before they head off to bed. Drunk crew is a happy crew. And probably, I'd say like an hour before end of first shift, I'm going to see about hunting down Riesling.
Absolutely.
And so where would I find Riesling?
So Riesling is in the whatever passes for an infirmary in the ship, because she had that encounter with Bella where she was failing, pretending to act like she knew how to tie knots and be on a ship, and was reassigned to taking stock of the if there is an area with any sort of medicinal or healing things. Is there an area like that on the ship?
Absolutely. It's really just off the kitchens. It's not really a space that's just for that. But if there is a case of emergency, you'd go to the kitchens and take care of it there. Get knock everything off the table and take care of the person.
Yeah,
there.
so the galley.
Yep.
All right. So I'd find you in the galley. I immediately start helping with the cooking and stuff like that. Just kind of getting up to whatever work is available while Riesling's there. And I'm going to turn to her and just ask, so you and Kaori were the ones that ended up escaping the manor, right?
Yeah, and Riesling is like taking an old holy sail and like cutting it into strips for bandages just to make extras. But she's like, yeah, I don't even know. I don't know why we just happened to be the ones they snagged, and I mean, didn't work out so well.
Right. You were telling me there was something there before the weird starfish thing, right?
Well, here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was a special tattoo that I did myself.
That's wonderful. What was it of?
Are you familiar with the people who reside in the city of Skyrim?
Skyrim. I'm afraid I don't. I don't. Do I know anything about Skyrim?
Go ahead and make a history check.
History check?
And yeah.
Right.
First roll of the night.
There we go. It looks old. Plus stuff.
I think it's a +1.
Yeah, it would be wisdom. So yeah, +1. So 11.
Yeah. So you might have heard the rumors of a city of Skyrim. Those rumors probably told you that somewhere among Kal'add, and this is almost more of like a myth than it might be of something of reality, but somewhere in Skyrim there's a floating city, a city in the skies floating over a mountain range. And that's referred to as the city of Skyrim. But the stories that are told of it are almost fantastical.
Right. It would be kind of as crazy and exotic as stories of a place entirely filled with sand would be for. I mean, if I've heard of it, I thought it was like a fairy tale though. Like there was this floating city in the mountains, and people would live there. People who lived there had like magic wings, and they could dip down to earth and like scoop you up, and they'd take you off to their city.
I mean, Kenku have wings. There's stranger things in this world than the idea of a flying city.
And you see Wit flying above.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, it just sounded pretty fantastic to me. I've never seen a flying city before.
Mm-hmm. Not a lot of people get to go there, but it's home, and I'm going to go back there one day. That's what they sent me out here for. I am sent to prove myself and return victorious, having done good deeds. They're expecting me.
All right. Well, I wish you the best of luck in that. What would count as a good deed, like saving an orphanage, or blowing up an evil man's castle, or what?
Well, I don't do anything by half measures, so I'm gonna save the world.
Save the world.
Mm-hmm.
From...
I don't know.
Gotta find a danger to it, I suppose.
Yeah, do you want to threaten the world? I'll save it from you.
You know what? I'm gonna destroy the world.
I don't think I can take you.
Oh, man. Okay, well, no. Now you got me
Yeah, take
all...
it back.
I was gonna say, you
just
got
kidding.
me on the spot here, and now you're... Just... Okay, fine.
Well, whatever this thing with the Lifestone is sounds pretty important. I mean, I don't even know what that's about. But
That would be a good deed, indeed, if you
Is it-
help me
is
with
it something that you personally are looking for?
that. Yeah. My, you could say that I'm part of a special interests group. My last name is Wildheart, which means that I come from the orphanages that are scattered about the land, Wildheart Orphanage. And I was tasked with returning this Lifestone. It's essentially a relic of my homeland. And
So wait, you're an orphan?
yeah.
Me too. I didn't get a last name though.
Well, that's one of the great things about the Wildheart Orphanage is you get to claim the last name Wildheart. If you don't have one though, why don't you just take one?
I guess I could. Bella has a last name, right?
That she does. I highly doubt she was born with the last name Bones.
Well, she doesn't know her parents. At least that's what she told me. I wonder if she picked.
Oh.
Oh, I wonder if she picked Bones. I wonder why.
I mean, it's a pretty awesome last name to have.
That is a pretty awesome. Maybe she ripped the bones out of somebody's body. Maybe that's why that guy's after her. They said he only goes after the most wickedly nasty marks.
like
I mean, she
bloodthirsty,
seemed like a powder puff, but maybe
I mean,
maybe
she's
he's
a
hiding
sweetheart,
like a
let's be
twisted
honest.
history.
It's like walking into a dragon's lair and you see a pile of bones, and on top of that pile of bones is a kitten.
That is exactly. I could not have said it better myself. We have to ask her how she got her last name.
Yeah.
That's going to be my new mission. I'm going to pick a last name by the end of today.
Excellent. Love to hear it. All right. Well, it looks like all the bandages are boiled here, so I'm just going to head up and check and see how the crewmates are doing.
Celerum?
Yeah.
So, I know you think flying cities aren't like real and stuff, but I mean, we do have ships that take us places, but I don't know how to do anything on a ship. And I don't want you all to, I don't want to be a dead weight. I will pull my weight and I will prove myself and I will help.
Hey, there's no shame in not knowing how to sail. It's a learned skill, just like learning how to heal or learning how to fight. You start off with absolutely nothing, and once you're done, you've got your heading, and you know how to make the ropes do what you want them to, and how the sails drop and how they're pulled up and all that jazz. I'd be happy to show you the ropes.
That's exactly what I wanted. I want to know how to tie like knots. Like
Absolutely.
I can do the twisty loopy one over, like tie my boots. But that's it. I don't think that'll hold a ship together.
Well, let me show you just a couple basic ones here, and I pull out one of the.
Are bunny ears the tried and true method for knots?
Absolutely not.
Oh, come on.
So I sit down and I show her like probably like 5 to 10 like basic sailing knots, how to tie like an anchor knot.
Yeah,
and
with total proficiency, you fling them up in the air, you throw a bowline, you show all the knots that you need to show for sailing.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, Riesling's jaw just drops. There's more than one?
Oh yeah, all kinds.
I'm gonna practice.
There you go.
Meanwhile, Captain Bella is resting in her captain's quarters, and you hear a bang, 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 and then you hear somebody just kind of coming. Captain, there's something that Squat spotted that we need to show you.
Oh, certainly.
And this is Mako that has barged in, and
Okay.
you can kind of see he's having to stoop a little bit to fit into this.
I like put away the
door.
map that I was working on, and then like put it in my little lockbox, and then
The map, your map.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He shows you out, and you climb up to the main top, which is just like up one rung on the main mast, and you look out, and off of like the port side of the ship, you see this large shark fin. And when I say large, I mean it's the size of a mast sticking out of the water. Luckily, this shark fin is headed away from the direction that you're going and away from you.
I just turn to Mako, and I just go, cousin of yours.
Yeah, second cousin. I think that's Ododus, the great shark. You see him every once in a while, and hopefully you're not going the same direction as him.
Oh. So it's like a sea monster.
You could say that. He's sunk many a ship. Heard there's quite a bounty on him.
Well, let's just focus on getting to Ianzaru for now.
Oh, I'm not one to pick a fight with something that far out of my weight class.
No.
You think I'm a big shark.
Do I?
Please tell me that was in character.
You do a little bit of psychic damage. he feels a little hurt after that. But
I just
Inflates
like
a little.
clap on my shoulder,
you're-
like, ha, it's a joke.
he goes from were shark back to his like Goliath form. He just kind of shrinks down a little bit. But yeah, he there's a lot of things that I'd hunt. I wouldn't hunt that. But he points Ododus's fin out to you, and you can see the wake of something much larger under the ocean. And is there anything else you'd like to?
I don't know, I think I just stay out on deck for a little bit, and I hopefully, watch the fin disappear on the horizon.
It heads away, and you can see it slowly drift off, like behind you, as it's going in the opposite direction. But you start to notice various little bits of wreckage in the direction that you're headed, floating.
Anything going to be a problem?
This is mostly what you would assume is a ship that's been destroyed.
Okay, but nothing that's going to, like, if we hit it, going to, like, damage, like, the ship or anything.
You'll damage whatever you hit more
Okay.
than anything else. But you can see there is some wreckage kind of as you go.
And is it dark outside?
No, not yet.
Not
It's
yet?
probably approaching, getting closer and closer to sunset.
Okay. Then I'll go ahead and find a bottle, an empty bottle somewhere, and I will write a letter. And then I'll roll it up, and I'll put it in the bottle, and I'll seal it, and then I'll just chuck it out over the ship, out into sea.
Okay.
So, and then I'll just go back to my quarters and finish working on my map, with which I have a couple of questions.
Okay. Go ahead and what questions are those?
So, I can't find the book that I wrote it down in the first time. My bad. But I had decoded a message. Do you have that readily available? If not, that's fine. I can ask.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. It was almost like a riddle.
Yeah, I'm sure that I have it, but I don't necessarily know where that.
Okay, that's totally fine. I'll just get the notes from you after. And then, is there anything else on the map that is like I don't know, like calling out to me, or like something that seems like it might be something hidden, because like I spilled my blood on the map and something different happened. And so I'm wondering if like there's other little hidden things about the map that I just haven't seen yet, or haven't tried doing yet.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting there over my desk with this map and like a little candle and writing notes furiously.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Oh, that's a 17.
So you definitely feel like there's something more magical, something that this does that you haven't figured out yet. And you feel like there's something more than just the blood or the moonlight shining through it, than what you've figured out thus far.
While she's doing that, can Riesling come up and knock on the door?
Yeah. Come in.
Riesling like opens it and like peeks. I was like, "Hi, Captain. You busy?"
No. And you see her sort of like put down like a pencil and close a book and like put a piece of paper over like a map that, or I guess a piece of parchment that she was studying earlier.
Well, Riesling's gonna come in and she's gonna like, she like notices her like doing that, and then she pointedly is like not looking at the stuff that Bella is like covering as like a sign of deference and respect. And she was, Riesling just like, I was just curious. Where are we going? I linked up with Kaori because of these things, and y'all seem pretty cool, but I don't actually know what we're doing, and I can't really prep the infirmary if I don't know, what we might face.
Right. So we're going to the island of Ianzaru to hopefully find Kaori's people. I think that's what we're doing. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
If you say it is, you're the captain.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly why she wanted to go, but I'm pretty sure that's it. She wanted to link up with her people, and connect with them again, because I think they're trying to fight Magistrate Lawrence. Magistrate Lawrence?
She hates his guts.
Yeah, she's not. She definitely has a bone to pick with Magistrate Lawrence. She has probably mentioned that the Rim Raiden are a pirate group that she's intrigued in following. And
I just wasn't sure if it was Magister or Magistrate.
Magistrate Lawrence.
Magistrate.
Sorry.
So yeah, I think she's trying to meet up with them because they're gonna like fight Magistrate Lawrence or topple him or bring him down or something. I don't know. It all sounded very exciting when she was talking about it.
Everything she talks about sounds exciting.
Yeah.
It's such a nice. I wonder. I'm very curious to see her people, what we can learn about her, because she's so prickly.
Yeah, but I mean, she's still nice most of the time.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so Ianzaru.
Yep.
I've never heard of that place.
That's a little island, I think. Right? Little.
You are probably pretty familiar that it's like the capital of where like the pirates' homeland is.
Cave, yeah.
You are probably assuming that it's a small town, but I don't think you've ever been there.
Yeah, so it's I've been there loads of times. It's this great little island, and it has lots of very interesting people and things, and lots of...
Oh, like what?
Like pirate things. Like lots of, like, like, I don't know, pirates.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to be a pirate?
I don't think so. And you can see Riesling's like age is really like showing, because she's like late teens human and she still hasn't like figured her life out. And she's like, I want to do something great and, return home wreathed in glory.
Riesling? Well, that's wonderful news, because I also want to do great things and have done a great many things. So if you stick with me, you're bound to do at least 1 or 2 great things in your time.
Okay. One question.
Of course.
So this is like an understudy situation?
Understudy?
Yeah, like I would be your, like I'm, like, out of character, like that Spider-Man meme where he's doing the thing and Miles is like, in character, pretend that was a world-known reference.
Yeah, the reference to Owlbear Man.
Yes, it's that famous comic.
Yeah,
that well-circulated comic,
Owlbear Man. Yeah, of course.
And his little protege.
Yeah.
And his
Owlbear Man.
Yeah, and
his Robin equivalent bear cub.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, I mean, you mean like I would be your mentor?
Yeah, wait, but one thing
Uh-huh.
that might prove a little bit sticky.
Okay.
You're a pirate, right?
Oh, the best.
You're on ships a lot.
Yeah. Well,
And
yeah,
ships
when I can
are
have a
on-
ship.
Ships are on water.
Mm-hmm. Most of the time.
I don't actually know how to swim.
Oh! Oh, that's easy. We're surrounded by water.
Oh,
I'm
I didn't mean, like-
I'm just joking. I'm not going to throw you overboard. Don't worry.
she like looks at the porthole windows to try to see if they're like sealed or if they are able to be like opened, like nervously.
The windows all appear to be easily opened, and
Oh no. They just kind of like backs slowly towards the doors. Like, I just wanted to let you know in case, you know, anything happens.
Okay. Well, it's something that we could work on, for certain.
Is it hard?
No.
Does everybody on this ship know how to swim?
I would hope so.
Should we find out? I think it's important.
How do we find out?
Is it inappropriate to ask people, do you know how to swim? Is
Yeah.
it like gauche?
No.
We could call a town hall meeting or a
Let's
ship
call
call.
a town hall meeting. This is very important. We need to find out if anybody else doesn't know how to swim.
But if everybody knows, you can't say that I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay, so if other people can't swim, then it's fine. Then you can like be in the swimming lessons with them.
Yeah, you can be like sly, be like, whoa.
But if you're
good
the
thing.
only one on a ship who
do-
doesn't know how to swim, now that I say it like that, it does kind of sound a little embarrassing.
And Breedling's face just gets like bright red, and I was like, well, good thing I was just kidding. I was just checking to see if you were willing to teach me skills.
Yeah.
Which now I know you are. I know how to swim.
Of course.
We have bathtubs where I come from.
If you don't know how to swim, it's perfectly fine, unless everybody else knows how to swim. You know, let's just get down to the bottom of this. And Bella goes to, like, I assume there's, like, some kind of, like, bell outside her captain's quarters or something. And she just, like, starts ringing it.
It's like the emergency
meeting,
alarm bell.
Meeting!
Like the we're under attack bell.
Stations, everybody!
so you see everyone kind of start filtering down, you know, and starting to come forward, and what do you do?
Okay, well, I just wait for everybody to sort of, like, I just get up at the helm, so that way I can, like, project and talk out to everybody, and wait till it looks like most everybody's gathered, and I just, come on, gather in, I have a very important question for
You
everybody.
heard the captain, line up!
Yes, listen to Solarum, please. All right.
They line up like in step the moment that you could kind of growl at them. They like hop to it and
Single file.
Okay. And I just go, Riesling brought up a very important question, which is that I don't know if everybody on the ship knows how to swim. And this is a very important skill to have when on a ship. Is there anybody... Oh, this is so embarrassing for whoever doesn't know how to swim. Is there anybody in the crew who doesn't know how to swim? If you don't know, just come forward, and then we can work out some lessons later. And she just waits expectantly.
Yeah,
And Riesling is trying to like merge into the crowd, like red face, like back away, like I did not cause this.
So everybody kind of looks around and is like, does anyone not know? And you see Fig, the black tabaxi, step forward, and he mentions that he doesn't actually know how to swim either.
Oh, that's all right. That's great.
He mentions that he tends to avoid water, but he might be able to tread water at best.
That makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's great. Thank you for stepping forward, Fig. And I
Riesling's
start clapping as if it's like some sort of like anonymous meeting or something. Like, great job,
Riesling's
Fig.
just like going like this, like, I bail. Like, ripcord, I bail.
Is there anybody else? And I like look at Riesling.
Kind of Squat leans in and says, I'm very proficient. I learned how to swim from an early age at the docks. Would you like me to pretend like I can't swim also, though?
Yeah. Make him feel better about it.
Yeah, so he goes up and the two of them kind of talk a little bit about learning how to swim and stuff like that. And
do I kind of catch on to this a little bit? Just kind of seeing Squat.
I'm sure you probably. I think you probably have seen Squat in the water already.
It's so far it's Squat and
Fig.
Fig is the one that said that he didn't know how to swim either.
Okay.
The tabaxi.
So I walk up behind Toxa, the Dragonborn, and I like slap him upside the back of the head and like shove him forward.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't know how to swim. Like a wink.
I'm sure that he plays along and catches your cue and joins the rest of the group over.
No, I think it's Toxa. Like
Toxa.
Like
That's
token.
Toxa, yes. So I step up behind Toxa and I like bump him forward and I'm just like.
Meanwhile, Riesling's like, great meeting. All right. If that was it, Captain.
Yes, that's
I
it.
think we're good.
All right, everybody back to your stations. Be sure to keep doing a good job.
And Squat comes back to you and he says, I'll fake it until they make it.
Okay.
But Captain, I think there is something else that you should probably see. And he goes to the side of deck and he points out, and probably about 150 feet from the ship, you see a humanoid individual floating on a piece of wreckage. Some of the wreckage that he got a really great Squat got a really excellent perception check in the chat and was able to find this individual floating out in the water.
Oh my gosh. Now's your chance to learn how to swim. All right. Crew, there's a man overboard. We need to go get him.
Right.
And I look at Riesling. Volunteers.
So I'm gonna grab. Push the right button. I'm gonna grab Riesling, and Are you wearing your armor?
Yeah, probably. I wear it every day.
Okay. So I'm gonna unclip like the shoulder pieces and let it like drop to the deck and
with a thunk.
Yeah, and I'm like, Toxa, take care of it. And I'm gonna grab Riesling by the collar. I'm gonna take the water breathing helmet that I got from Git, and I'm gonna strap it onto her, and I'm gonna tie it, and we're both gonna jump over the edge.
And I'm gonna turn to, is it Mako and Waco?
Yep.
And I'm gonna turn to them and say, Mako, Waco, be support.
And you see them just kind of both turn into sharks. And
yeah, this is so cool.
Yeah, Riesling screams the whole way down. He's like,
She goes around.
You notice as you hit the water, the helmet on your head, you still have like a bubble of air around you, and you can breathe perfectly fine.
Okay.
Okay. Should I roll to see how well I do not sinking like a stone?
Yeah, go ahead and
I'm gonna assist her.
Yeah.
And try and keep her up.
go ahead and make a dex check with advantage.
Yep.
Okay, I think my dex is +0, so fun times. Oh, first one's a 19.
Ooh.
And then a 15, so 19 plus 0 is 19.
You're able to kind of doggy paddle back up to the surface, and while the waves kind of jostle you around a little bit, you're able to kind of maneuver it, especially with this like extra air support that you're given.
So
Yeah, I'm doggy paddling, and I'm like, I knew how to do this.
yeah. So
I mean, everybody knows.
I'm gonna show her. The first thing I'm gonna show her is the basic like back float, so that like if you're ever on the water and you don't necessarily, even though you're running out.
Yeah, where you can like relax.
Yeah, you can relax and you float up, and I just show you how to do that real quick, and I like flip you over on your back, and we're both kind of just like floating in the water.
I'm gonna say Riesling, because of like the slight waves, is trying, but for whatever reason she keeps like
Getting
rotating
flipped
like
over.
a sausage. Yeah, and so she'll like flip onto her belly, flip back, and be like, okay, I'm gonna stay this time. And then another wave will come and she'll flip onto her belly again. But she's gonna keep
Alright.
trying.
So we just so hopefully over the course of like the next like 20 minutes or so, however long it takes us to get to the guy, that like I'm just showing her like backstroke, like kicking,
absolutely,
basics of swimming.
for sure.
While we're in the water with a dead body.
While
Great
they're
first.
flying out, or while they're swimming out to the person, I'm going to turn to Wit. Is the Genku? Is that correct?
Wit is a
Wit's the were-rat. Is that right?
the were-rat is squat.
Squat.
The Wit is the winged tiefling.
Winged tiefling. Okay, so who?
That's a tiefling to me.
Who can? I mean, yeah. I mean, no lies detected.
It tracks.
So Squat is the were-rat,
Mhm.
and then Wit is the winged tiefling. Have I seen them fly?
You've definitely seen Wit fly.
Okay. Anybody else who can fly?
That's currently on the ship. I do not think so.
Okay. So I am going to try and find Wit. I'm going to call for Wit, and I'm going to say, if you can, fly up above, get a bird's eye view of the wreckage, see if there's anybody else on any floating wreckage that needs rescuing.
Aye, Captain. And you see Wit start to fly around, and he'll kind of land on the moon sails boom, the very very tippity top sails boom, and then he'll fly around, kind of getting and come back every once in a while, trying to kind of scout the area and see if there's anybody else. So you arrive at this floating piece of wreckage, and there's a human that's currently passed out on this piece of wood, and you can see his lips are shriveled and cracked from dehydration, and it seems like he's probably been floating out here for a little while at least.
Is he alive?
Yeah, can I check him?
Go ahead and give me a medicine check. Both of you can.
I'm gonna let her do that. I'm gonna support her while she does the medicine check.
You're gonna help
Yeah.
her. Okay.
Maybe like bolster me up while I'm like trying to use a hand to like touch on him. Otherwise, I'm just one arm
Keep her
like
steady.
spinning.
Oh, yeah.
Just like, I just imagine he's doing this, like, from around her waist, just like...
Yeah. Oh gosh,
Up
yeah.
you
Like
go.
oh god, what's that movie? Is it Dirty Dancing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, medicine.
Dirty
okay,
dancing medicine checks.
Dirty.
That's a
that
10.
That sounds wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, or do I get advantage on that?
Yeah.
Because he's
You get
helping?
advantage.
I think so.
Okay. Oh, that's a dirty 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel like he is probably hanging on, but he probably needs rest and water and to get out of the sun.
Okay.
You assume that he's probably been out here for maybe a day, maybe a day and a half. So it hasn't been that long, but enough to
All right.
cause a little bit of...
And he's unconscious.
He's currently unconscious, yeah.
Can I do a quick healing word on him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Go, cleric, go.
Yeah, finally, I can do stuff, including swim, which I've always been able to do.
Yeah. You were very good at it.
All right, so that's 5. 5 HP back.
Okay. He instantly seems like he's looking a little bit better. While he's still out, there's a little bit more life back in him. In the meantime, it took a little while for the rest of the ship's crew to come around and realize what was going on, but eventually they had the idea to take one of the dinghies out and follow you. So a few of them row and start to catch up to you on a dinghy, but they're just a little ways away.
All right.
Perfect. And then Whit didn't see anybody else?
As soon as he reports back to you, he informs you that he doesn't see anybody else, but he did see signs of other pieces of ships and barrels and stuff like that are kind of in the distance, but no signs of a full ship.
Once Mako and Waco are done assisting everybody get into the boat and making sure nobody drowns while they're out there, I'm going to ask them if they can do a perimeter of the wreckage or do a search of the wreckage and see if there's any sort of supplies that we can salvage.
Gladly they'll go about doing that.
Okay.
You're able to haul this person back
up
onto the ship and get back into the ship. What would you like to do with this person?
First things first, we got to get him down to the galley and check his vitals, make sure that he's okay. So I'm going to help Riesling cart him on down there and get him up on the table in the galley, and I'm just going to be on standby for her for whatever she needs for healing.
Absolutely.
Yep, I grab his ankles, you grab his shoulders, we take him down.
All right.
I'm gonna start putting water and massaging his throat to try to get some moisture in him.
I'm sure with your medicine check from before, a non-natural 20, you easily get some water down his throat and you get him into a space that he's no longer seems harmed, and you find some oil from the cooking supplies and kind of rub that on his skin to help re-moisturize and deal with the sun damage.
Does he have any injuries or wounds on his body, or is it just passed out and dehydration? It
seems like he probably has a little bit of lung damage from struggling with swimming. You feel like this is most likely due to near drowning rather than injury related. But yeah.
So Riesling's gonna steel herself and squint and pull his shirt up to try to look for knife wounds underneath it.
Yeah, you quickly glance underneath, and it doesn't seem like
quickly.
There's any obvious wounds, and then maybe you have Solarum check elsewhere as you walk out of the room, and
I'm you check his pants.
You go get some fresh water. I'll go ahead and check the rest. I'm not shy about this because I've dealt with wounds.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call over my shoulder. Don't forget the rear.
Right. I got you, Doc.
And I'm gonna walk out to Bella and be like, "Oh, it's bad in there."
Okay, well, good job. You did great. I'm gonna go in, and could I have found just a spare set of clothing, just nothing super fancy.
I'm sure
something dry.
There's probably a lot of clothing that's around, and there's probably a ton of clothes that were made for a man inside your quarters, even. Much less other.
Cool. I'll get some of those. I'll just get some trousers and a shirt, and at least it's something dry.
Yeah.
And I'll bring them in.
You walk into Solarum looking into his pants.
No, you walk in on a totally buck naked dude.
Yeah.
I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't shy about it. I took a dagger, I ran it up the pant legs,
ripped it up,
threw him off,
I just
made sure that he was,
Yeah.
He was.
I mean, that would be the right way to go about it. You don't want to pull it down if there's a bad.
I just set the clothes down on a table next to Solarum, and I say, "Is he alive?"
Yeah, he seems to be doing okay.
All right.
Thankfully, Riesling got to him pretty quick, and she's getting to be a strong swimmer for sure.
The last thing we need is for him to get sick with some sort of cold or pneumonia. So, if you could get him into these dry clothes.
Yep, absolutely.
I'll go put his wet ones somewhere.
Yeah, I start getting him dressed.
Okay, you get him into his dry clothing, and I assume Riesling comes back in, and after a little bit of time, you feel like he's probably stabilized. And
did he have anything on him, like in the pockets or anything like that?
No, for the most part, it seemed like he probably was actually in his sleeping clothes, and he wasn't necessarily prepared for whatever happened.
Okay, I'm gonna have. I think we decided that Toxa was going to be the quartermaster, or what was it? Which one did we decide in chat?
I don't know. Okay. I'll have to go back and look.
Just say quartermaster.
Yeah, the quartermaster.
Yeah, so I'll have the quartermaster, and we'll verify who that was afterwards. Have the quartermaster kind of keep an eye on him, and I'll have Waco kind of stand guard a little bit, because we don't know if this guy is, gonna wake up.
Dangerous.
Gonna wake up and be a danger for anything like that. So
he takes it a little too seriously, and you see him kind of like standing over. And like they take the intimidating thing a little too far, but you feel like he's probably not going to hurt the guy.
Right, yeah. So yeah, we've got him under guard, but definitely, we got him like slung up in a hammock. Kind of
absolutely
just resting and recuperating. I'll have the quartermaster bring in, a cup of water and try and get fluids in him.
Is this like a young person, or?
Yeah, he's probably in his middle 30s.
Okay.
You can tell from. Actually, give me a perception check.
So good at these, you guys. 6 minus 1. 5.
He looks like a guy.
He looks like a dude.
And you did see him naked, so that was probably confirmed.
Yeah,
dude.
Confirmed dude.
All right. So, human?
Yeah, he's human.
Human or human-ish.
No, he's human.
With a 5 perception check.
With a 5, it's questionable.
Human-ish.
He's definitely a humanoid.
Cool.
Doesn't have any scales.
No tail that she can see.
Yeah, no.
Well,
I mean, there's a lot of were creatures around, so you never know.
We have met quite a bit of were creatures.
Probably not a were shark, because he was in the water.
Because he was drowning.
Could be just a really bad were shark.
A really bad were shark. His first day on the job.
A were land shark.
A were shark that forgot to transform.
Oh, I want to play one now. A really dumb were shark who forgets to transform in the water.
Oh, man.
Amazing. All
That's
right,
going to be my one-shot character.
There you go.
I will just stay down with him until he wakes up. That way I can be there to explain things whenever he comes to.
Yeah, and as you get later into the evening, everyone starts to settle. You continue watching him. Solarum, what do you do as the night progresses?
So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that the night crew is all set up on deck. I'm going to get the whichever crew member happens to have any sort of like musical ability or anything like that.
You've definitely seen Wit around playing things.
Yeah. I'll get Wit up there, playing instruments and getting the crew the night shift on in a good mood. I'm gonna go check the. First I'm going to go to the galley. I'm going to get a keg of ale and make sure that everybody that was on the day shift gets their 2 cups.
2 cups of ale. That's a generous.
I mean, it's 2 cups of beer a day.
Okay.
And that's a lot. That's how much we got rationed until we get there.
Okay.
And send them off to bed. Like lights out in 5. And I'll go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and check the shipment, the shipment of
absolutely. How do you check it?
I'm gonna go ahead and head into the cargo bay. Make sure that nobody's around.
You immediately notice that there's somebody that's kind of keeping an eye on it
Is it from the other guy's crew?
From the crew that has joined
Okay. So I'll check in with that individual and be like, you've been keeping your eye on it.
The goods are fine.
Nothing to report. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and check the other cargo, see if anything's been messed with or anything like that.
Yeah, like I had mentioned before, most of the rest of what was in this ship, kind of was not lashed down and not really ready to set sail necessarily, but most of it's in heavy boxes and casks. So they're not necessarily moving around or anything like that, but they're not stowed away as they would normally be.
I'm gonna get another crew member from the night shift to help me kind of lash that down, and then once that's secure, I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay, sounds good. Riesling, what would you like to do before bed?
Well, I was gonna say, I was going to be walking up around the decks, just kind of like calming myself from the excitement from the day. And did I see Solarum go below to check on the sketchy shipment?
I mean, I don't think that he was hiding the fact that he went down. Were you?
Oh.
I would have looked like behind me as I was going to check in the cargo bay. So would I have seen her?
If you follow him, you would probably have seen her following.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna wait till he comes back above board.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna like go up to him and be like, everything all good down below? What were you checking?
Ship shape, just making sure that the cargo's where it's supposed to be, and everything's lashed down. Checking in on our friend that we picked up earlier today, and everything seems to be going according to plan. No wrenches in the works, as they say.
Yeah, what was that about? What were they bringing on board?
It was just some clothing shipments there. I'm gonna go ahead and no, I'm gonna trust her. Just some clothing shipments and other goods we didn't necessarily ask questions about. They're paying us a lot of money to get it to Ianzaris.
Oh, is it dangerous stuff?
I don't think it's anything dangerous. I just think it's not something we're supposed to know about, per se.
Will it be bad for the people of Ianzaru?
I don't know. It's not our job to ask questions. It's our job to take the money and get the goods where they need to go.
You didn't ask any questions? I
made sure it wouldn't blow up.
I thought we were supposed to be good guys.
Sure. I don't see what's so bad about making a quick buck.
Okay, I guess I worry you'd have no idea what's in those cartons. But I trust you. I know Kaori's people are fraught on many sides. I hope it's nothing to be used against them or to their detriment.
Tell you what, if I can find out what it is before we get to port, if it's anything dangerous that would hurt the people of Ianzaris or Kaori's folk, I'll let you know. If it's not, we'll just let it be.
Okay.
All
I knew you were a good guy. You got heart in your last name.
Oh,
yeah,
sweet sugar pea.
I will give you that I'm not a bad person, but I don't want there to be any illusion that the Wild Hearts are all good. One of them betrayed us, and that's why we're out here.
I'm so sorry.
It's nothing to be sorry about. It's just the way things are. Not everybody's good. That's part of why you have to be.
I know what it feels like to have a friend betray you, and It sucks.
Yeah.
But it's not a reflection of you. That's a reflection of them. It sounds like your group is pretty awesome. If they didn't want to stick with that, well, it sounds like they're a pretty bad judge of character then.
Well, I hope that we can redeem the Wild Heart name by tracking her down and getting back the orb.
You know what? I'll add that to my list. That's going to be one of the great deeds I do.
There you
We're
go.
going to redeem the Wild Heart name.
There you go. All right. Well, have a good night. I'm gonna hit the bunks.
All right, and Riesling's just going to probably go back down to check on the patient before retiring.
And he definitely just seems like he's sleeping soundly and quite exhausted. You head off to bed. Are you going to stay and watch him?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a Constitution check.
Okay. That would be a 14.
14. Okay. You feel yourself grow very wary as the night wanes on, but you're able to keep yourself awake. But the rocking of the boat kind of
Almost lulls me to sleep sometimes,
almost
yeah.
lulls you to sleep. Riesling, as you drift off, the dream that we talked about last time occurs, where you see yourself walking up this like mound of gold in a cavern, up these stairs and past various objects of magical import, and you see yourself placing the stone that you can assume is the life stone, onto a pedestal. And you can see once again Briet speaks to you and says, "Welcome home, thank you." And you feel that she has come back to you. And that's when you wake up to the ship rocking heavily back and forth. And go ahead.
No, I was going to say the first time she had this dream, she woke up weeping tears of joy. This time, as she kind of processes what this could possibly mean, now that she knows that Celerum wants the life stone, this time her face just kind of falls as she wakes up.
Mm.
Is it stormy out?
Outside, you hear the whistling and the howl of a storm approaching. The ship's crew jostle each of you awake. "There's a storm, Captain. There's a storm. The great storm. It's on the horizon."
There's a great storm? I thought they were all the same.
I've always wanted to say this. Batten down the hatches!
You are aware of a storm that flows over all of Kal'add once every 10 days.
Okay.
The last time that you encountered it, you were still in the jail cells at the very beginning of this game. But every single time, you are aware of these giant silvery spindles that fly through the sky, through the storm, and that suck all the magic out. And it might have just slipped your mind that it happens every 10 days when you're setting sail.
That's fair enough for me. What's everybody else's excuse?
Again, you are aware of this great storm that passes by that sucks all the magic out of the surrounding environment. Go ahead and give me an. I'm gonna go ahead and do a sailing check.
Okay. Would that be what? So that it would be proficiency plus what skill or what?
Let's go ahead and do intelligence.
Intelligence. Okay.
I'll also allow wisdom, I guess.
No, wisdom's worse. Let's go with intelligence. That's 15. So that's a 12. 12.
Okay. So you are aware that a lot of things should happen during a storm. Mm-hmm. Some things that offhand need to happen is that you're supposed to switch out sails before a storm comes in to smaller, more heavy-duty sails that won't rip. You also know things need to be tied down. But besides that, it kind of seems a little bit vague what you feel like you should do.
Right. Okay.
I know we're supposed to batten down the hatches. That's what I
Batten
know.
down the hatches. All right. I'm going to go up to the deck and start... are we, like, in the middle of it? Are we on the edge of it? Like,
You're on the edge of it. It's out a little ways. You feel like, it's just... You have a little bit of time before it hits, but not much time. Go ahead and everyone give me a initiative.
Okay.
All right.
My initiative, by the way, is a 7 because I upped both my dex and my charisma, and both of them add to my initiative, so it's a 7, not a 6. 16 plus 7 would be 23.
I got a 12.
What do you have, Slurm?
I got a natural 20.
Woo!
Yeah.
Nice.
For
initiative.
but like
Oh.
not to total.
Total.
Ding dong.
I take
plus
like
4.
20s as just
So
like
24.
a crit.
24,
So,
okay.
Okay.
Let's roll our metal dice. Oh yeah.
So Storm. Everything else. Alrighty. So you feel the storm on the horizon. Solarum, you are able to go first. You peek above deck.
Yeah.
You see the storm on horizon. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna turn to the captain, and I'm gonna be like, sails.
Sails.
All right. And I'm gonna get let's see here, Fig, Squat, and who was our flyer?
That's Wit.
Wit. Wit is a winged tiefling. Okay, sorry.
Yep.
I thought we had a Kenku on board.
I
Something.
don't
No.
think so.
All right. So I'll grab Wit and Fig, and Wit, Fig, and Squat, and we're all going to run below deck and get the new sails out, and then we're gonna run up the.
Okay,
Yeah.
grabbing the old cells is just going to be one round. So,
Okay.
Can
Can I delegate like one pair to go get the sails and then two of us to go?
two can go
up
get the sails. It's
Okay.
going to take 4 people in total to remove the sail. But there's other people around
Okay.
besides just them.
Removing it.
Okay, so I'm gonna have in that case I'm gonna have Mako and Waco run down and grab the sail, and then me, Squat, Wit, and Fig are gonna go up and take down the weak sail.
Okay, cool.
So here we go.
Toxa, is that how you pronounce it?
Toxa,
Toxa.
like token. But
Yeah, so he goes ahead and joins you. He seems on top of it. You see him rushing, and as he's trying to untie this old sail, he gets frustrated and he just starts blowing fire and burning through a few of them.
Oh, okay.
However, Squat slips as it starts to rain and falls, and Wit has to go catch him. So the two of them are unable to help you. But yeah, so two of you are able to go ahead and give me a dex check as well.
Okay, great. I'm good at those.
Bella, it's your turn.
Okay.
Maybe not.
The faster we get those sails down, the better. How long is it going to take to get them down?
You feel like it's going to take a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a 6 total for dex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I am going to.
So of all that, the only person is Toxa that got his side
Nice.
down.
Okay. Well, let's get the ropes going.
I'm going to move to whichever side is closest to me, and I'm going to, if I need to climb, I'm going to go for that because I know I'm a good climber.
Okay.
So if there's anything that's like...
So you're going to go up and help with the cells?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception and a dex check.
Perception not great. Should be fine.
Riesling, what would you get on...
Not bad.
What would you like to do?
So... Sorry, are you doing...
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah, you go first.
18 on the perception, and then the dex is going to be... Is it just a dex check or acrobatics, athletics?
I would accept an acrobatics.
Okay, so that would be a 23
Yes.
on the acrobatics.
You easily...
Get it.
go up the main mast and kind of just almost acrobatically get across and start pulling these knots loose to drop the sail. However, the booms starting to sway back and forth make you notice that the helm is just spinning and needs to be somehow secured.
Okay. Just as a note, I have the athlete feat, so I climb using my normal movement.
Oh,
so that was that was super cool, you guys.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Riesling, what would you like to do?
So can Riesling see the helm like spinning like a pinwheel?
Go ahead and give me a perception check to see that as well.
Okay.
Squat yells out, "Go, Captain!" As he is held by Wit from their failed attempt to get their part of the sail down.
That's a 13.
A 13. You actually see a lot of things starting to rock back and forth on the ship. You notice that there's a lot of barrels that seem like they should be secured, and also there's 2 ballista that are kind of just wobbling back and forth. So there's a lot of stuff that could grab your attention before the wheel does.
I'm gonna think on the offensive side and decide that the ballista are the most important to secure down. So I'm gonna run over towards them and scream at the top of my lungs to Solarum, "What knot is best for storms?"
I'll shout back whatever knowledge I happen to have on the subject.
Yeah.
Insert knot name.
Insert knot's name.
We'll get it in post.
We'll get it in post.
You tell her to tie it down with a bowline, or if you need to tighten it, you use a half hitch to cinch it tight, or as you yell down.
She's flying past. I have like 2 seconds to tell her to go bowline.
Okay, for sure.
All the sailors watching are just like shaking their head.
Hey, I'm doing my best.
Yeah, I know we're rocking it. All right, I'm gonna do my best then to whichever knot he says. One, remember it from the one training before, and then try to lash down the ballista.
Yeah, absolutely.
That training's coming in handy faster than we anticipated.
I haven't successfully done it yet.
Yeah.
For sure. So you feel the storm start to pick up as it gets closer, and you can feel that you're really getting closer to the edge of the storm. The wind is starting to pick up. The drizzle is getting harder. Go ahead, Slar.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and yell for Yates to get the helm.
And you see Yates is a little slow on the pickup, is just starting to get up deck. While both of the were sharks are already starting to lash stuff down.
All right, cool. So then I'm gonna go ahead and we're all the 4 of us are gonna try and get that sail down again. With the captain's help, that should be a little bit easier. So I'll go ahead and
go ahead and give me your check.
Roll the dex check. All right, cool. Better. That's gonna be a 12.
So you are able to complete getting the sail down.
Awesome.
The captain's already done her part in getting her portion down, and this time the rest of the party are on top of it. They get up there. Wit catches them and brings Squat to the right spot. Fig expertly darts and uses his claws to pluck some of the cords loose instead of untying them, and you're unable to drop the sails and start to bundle them up and get them ready to be stowed away.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is your turn.
So now that it looks like everybody is more or less getting to the sails, I'm going to look at the helm and just, I'm going to try and do some cool pirate stuff. So I'm going to take a running leap off the mast and grab whatever, I don't know, a rope or whatever, Pirates of the Caribbean stuff, and try and launch myself closer to the helm, and if I need to, I'll use a dash action to finish getting.
Yeah, for sure. Like you're swinging towards it.
Yeah.
This is going to be an acrobatics check. Are you going to say anything during it?
No. Wavelength away?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because we're the wavelengths.
We're the wavelengths now.
Yeah, I'll just be like, wavelengths away.
Okay, and I'll let you do that with advantage because of the flavor.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's going to be a 22 on the acrobatics check.
Absolutely.
Heck yes.
You swing with precision, and you come to a crest and seem to stop right at the railing in front of the helm, and you're able to grab it kind of with your feet.
Cool.
Nice.
Riesling just very quietly is like, whoa.
So that was just my movement. So with my action, I'm going to take hold of the helm and try and get us back on course and just shout some orders of whoever's not taking care of the sails, secure all that stuff that's moving around. Why wasn't it secure before?
Get on it! Sorry, Captain.
You hear from Mako and Waco. They have laid out the heavier sails as they're trying to lash everything down. Riesling, what would you like to do?
Okay, was I successful in lashing down the ballista?
I would say that you got about one of the two of them done.
Okay. And then how dark is it outside? Like, how dark is it out?
It's pretty dark, but you do
the
definitely
type of darkness
see
that would be benefited by dark vision? Like, would that help
I mean,
seeing
dark
around?
vision would definitely help. There are significant flashes from lightning and kind of this bluish glow that's coming from up in the clouds above the storm.
Okay. So then for my action, I'm gonna face towards Bella and try to like get my eyes on Bella and Solarum and yell. I'm just gonna yell like, "Keep your eyes open!" And I'm gonna share my dark vision with the two of you. You can have it up to 300 feet now.
Oh, jeez. Okay. I was gonna say, well, I don't technically. I've got dark vision, but 300 feet. No, I do not have dark vision up to 300 feet.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, that's some dark vision.
Heck yes.
Yeah. So.
I can see everything.
Yeah.
And I assume why you do this, you start lashing down that other ballista.
Everyone's pupils just dilate.
Yeah. So.
I can see sounds now.
The howl of this storm as it hits the boat is just tremendous, and you can feel like if you've ever had like when the wind makes like a piercing screech in your ears as it goes like by so fast,
on our eardrums.
And you feel like these like little needles of raindrops hitting your skin. The wheel starts to move back and forth even harder, and you definitely notice that some of the water from the rain and from the waves splashing onto deck is starting to go into the ship and down over the hatches. It's back to you, Solarum.
All right. Are the hatches battened?
They are not.
Oh shoot. Okay. I'll get the crew that I'm already working with to go ahead and get the hatches battened and covered up so that we're not gonna sink.
Okay. Absolutely.
With the water coming over. Hopefully it just washes right over.
So the party, you yell at them, and the crew splits apart to all different directions. You see Fig immediately latches down really fast and start to look around for another hatch to cover.
Yeah. But
what would you like to do?
Am I helping out with this, or can I do something else too?
You can do something else or help out with this one.
I'll go ahead and look up, and I see the other ballista. Do I see the other ballista kind of waving back and forth?
Riesling seems like she's gotten both the ballistas taken care of.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to look around for other preparations that we can do at this point, because we know that we got the helm. Yates is on his way up to help with that.
Yeah, Yates and Bella are getting to the helm.
Okay,
currently.
Great. And then the ballista are tied down. We've got the new sails for the...
the new sails are not up yet.
Okay, so then I'm going to grab Mako and Waco, and we're going to hoist the new sails.
Okay.
All right.
You can see... go ahead.
Yeah. Hoist the new sails, boys! That is another 12.
Yeah, so you're more than adequately start lifting your side and you bringing up your side. Waco is able to grab one end and start to pull his side up. However, you look down and Waituxa it adequately gets his latch down quickly, just like Fig. Both Squat and Wit take the hatches and push the other direction, and you hear crack as both of them got natural ones.
Oh no!
And broke their hatches.
Oh.
So two of the hatches going down below have been broken and need to be somehow mended.
Okay.
But you feel like if you had just one person's help, you probably could get that sail up.
Okay.
Or up to next round. Bella, what would you like to do?
I'm just keeping her straight and steady. I'm going to try and navigate the ship through what appears to be the best part of the storm to navigate through.
Yeah.
Just trying to do my best there.
Yeah. What I'm going to have you do is go ahead and give me a strength check with advantage because you're being helped by Yates with the helm. And then go ahead and give me a perception check with advantage because you have extra long dark vision.
Okay. Is it a strength check or sailing with strength?
I will allow sailing with strength.
Okay, so it's okay.
Because I'm a nice DM.
You are nice.
Yes, thank you, DM.
Case.
Was the strength check?
Yes.
Just you know that without sails, you really don't have much control of where you can go at all. But at least you get them steady and you get the booms kind of locked in. So and you grab a piece of rope and tie down the helm, so you know that the party that as they're tying down this new sail, at least it's not moving, and they'll probably have a little easier time doing it.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then what
the
was the
seams
second?
on her sleeve pop with her muscles as she's flexing.
What was the second check I needed to make?
Go ahead and give me a perception check with advantage because Riesling gave you this extra dark vision.
Okay, so that is 17 on the dice, so 16.
16. And that was with advantage?
Yeah.
So
I can only get a 19, you guys. That's really good for me.
Yeah.
you peer through the clouds and you do feel like you see a spot that's a little more mild but you notice that you also really need to get the ship turned towards the waves because what you're afraid of is if you get against the waves, you could breach from the waves tossing the ship. So you know which direction you need to turn the ship now. It's just a matter of if you can get some sails up there that'll help you control which direction to go.
Yeah.
So Riesling, what would you like to do? You have tied down both of these ballista. A lot of the stuff around the ship has been tied down. There are 2 ports that have been broken and a sail that needs help getting up.
I would like to, if I see Solarum trying to get the sail up, I'm going to rush over that way and try to help get the sail up.
Okay, go ahead and give me a strength check.
That is a 15.
Say that again, 15?
15.
Okay. You grab the end of the sail and you're able to get that final end up. Mm-hmm. And the 3 of you, Mako and Solarum, are able to lift the sail while Waco is just not able to catch up to the rest of you.
I jump and use my body weight to help hoist since I'm small.
You all tie the sails, and Solarum, you call out to the captain, drop the sail, or dropping the sail, and you drop the smaller sail, and you can feel it immediately catch the strong wind and billow as you start to get some momentum back into the ship.
Yeah, and I immediately clap Riesling on the shoulder, and I'm just like, good job!
She lurches forward but she's beaming.
I would like to take a second to have everyone go ahead and give me a perception checks.
All right.
With advantage for dark vision?
I will let you do it with advantage.
17 from me.
Okay.
Ooh,
Uh,
12.
I got a
I rolled a
14.
9 and a 7.
I got a 14
Okay.
total.
So, the two of you, Riesling and Solarum, unfortunately, while you do have a good vision, you don't necessarily see anything out of the ordinary.
We're looking
But-
the other way.
Bella, as you're looking and gazing out at the storm, trying to find the right direction, you stare into the sky and see this long blue ribbon in the sky over the clouds. And it seems to drop through. And through this magical dark vision, your eyes just pierce the sky a little bit as you see what seems to be like this giant blue koi fish of a head that strings out into like this, like the Chinese dragons
What?
almost of a body.
Oh, man.
And there's these two long wings, very similar to like a flying fish, but at a massive scale, as this giant creature flies through the sky. The moment that you see it, its mouth starts to open, and you just feel some sort of like energy and life force just kind of leave you a little bit. Everyone, if you have magic, you have now lost it.
Haha, I don't have magic.
I'm good. Sorry, Riesling.
Wait, does that take away my dark vision?
It will take. Well, yeah, your dark vision
Yeah,
now
was
becomes.
magically
dang it.
induced, yeah.
Yeah.
So everything just goes dim again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just blinks out, and you see storm clouds illuminated by lightning, and that same kind of blue glow, but you can't see it. Yeah.
What
So,
the fudge?
the storm intensifies a little bit. We're gonna go just a little bit longer and get to the end of the storm, but yeah, Solarum, it is your turn.
Whew, okay. I am not feeling too good. I turned to the were-sharks. Are they back to Goliath form, or
No, they're
It's a
they're
natural
they're still
transformation?
were sharks.
Okay, cool. So, we're doing okay. Anything else that I can help with? We've got the two hatches that are broken, right?
Yeah, you're taking on
Okay.
a lot of water at the moment.
Okay. So I'm gonna have the two that broke the hatches. I'm gonna hand them large buckets and gonna tell them get below deck and bail. They're gonna start hoisting water up, doing like a little bucket.
These are who again?
That was, I believe, Squat and Wit were the ones that
Okay, Squat and Wit.
accidentally broke the hatches there. Could have been Fig. I can't remember exactly. But we're going to go ahead and have them start bailing, and then I'm going to go over and I'm going to try and take some rope and lash these things and try and get them back into ship shape.
Absolutely. So the Squat and Wit start pumping the bilge pump and trying to get water out of the ship as fast as they possibly can. You feel like they just aren't quite going as fast as you feel like somebody else might be going. And what else is everybody else doing again?
So I'm gonna grab Mako and Waco, since they were already, and Riesling over here, since they were already helping me out, and we're gonna run over and try and get the hatches repaired so we can or covered. Whichever one would be faster.
Probably just covered.
Just
Repairing
covered.
is
Do we have
probably
any,
going to take a while.
oilcloths or anything like that?
Yeah, there's absolutely some oilcloths around.
Okay. So we're gonna grab some pythons and some oilcloth, and we're gonna try and like nail down the oilcloth so any water that comes in is gonna, go over the deck rather than down into the hatches.
Absolutely.
So
Tuxa also joins you in that. As well as Fig. However, the only one that seems to be making much of a difference is Fig at the moment.
okay. At that point, I'm gonna start up the shanty again that we just wrote about Bella.
Yeah.
And we're gonna start like hitting the deck and trying to get everything in rhythm. So we got the bilge pumps going, and we got people like hammering down the pythons and everything like that. So hopefully, give a little bit of encouragement to them as we keep going. So what am I rolling to help out with the?
I'll go ahead and have you just give me a dex check to see what your ability to get the sailcloth or this oilcloth over
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a strength check with your sailing.
Okay. So that's going to be a 19 total.
Okay. You easily are able to start covering up that other hatch.
All right.
Okay. So it was a 16.
16.
Yes.
You see which direction. And did you do that with advantage?
No.
Go ahead and do that
okay.
with advantage, just because you have help from Yates.
16.
Okay. So the two of you are able to start getting the ship headed in at least the right direction. And as like the wind is blowing around, you feel like a little bit further, and you might be able to get the ship headed in a direction that it can sail out of the storm successfully. Riesling.
Super quick. Do I have time to like say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
No,
absolutely.
It's okay. So like, since I'm just at the helm, I'm gonna try and as loud as I can over the sound of the storm. I'm going to try and do just sort of like a captainy check. I think it might probably be performance,
like
which I'm not trained in.
Performance, yeah.
But just start trying to get, because we have 21 crew members. And so I'm going to try and get as many of them helping where we need most help, like with the hatches, with the like getting the water out.
Absolutely.
And trying to get everybody sort of like, kind of like what Salon was saying, like on the same beat, on the same rhythm, and trying to just like streamline that with my commanding voice as much as possible.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna use an inspiration. Do I have to say before or after? I'm using inspiration.
You can use it, yeah. I mean, you can say it after. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So roll first, and if you need the inspiration, then.
Okay. So that would just. I'm not trained in performance, so just at my charisma. 21.
Yes.
21. Okay.
Good job.
Yeah, absolutely. You feel like everyone's starting to step in line. And why I'm not talking about other crew that don't exist on the ship's crew, they're definitely all doing things. And what you realize is there's probably a lot of people below decks that are tying stuff down and lashing things down. And you feel like the ship is a little bit more in rhythm now, and maybe some of these tasks might just be a little bit easier. But,
okay.
Riesling is in, like, while she originally like follows Solarum, all of a sudden is going to go, the patient, and remembering that they left him on the table in the galley, he's not strapped down.
He
at
is
all.
Below decks in a hammock currently.
Okay.
I believe you guys brought him below decks
Into a hammock.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still gonna picture like the tossing of the ship and him just like lumping out of the hammock, and so I'm gonna rush below deck and just see like what position he's in.
Yeah, absolutely. The moment you head below decks, you see that several of the boxes of food supplies have fallen out of place. You've noticed that a lot of the water supply and a lot of the food did stay in place because they got tied down, but a few of them still broke, and now there's like this layer of water in the below decks that all these little hardtacks are like floating in and starting to get a little soggy.
Good. That's the way they have to be eaten anyways. We're just getting them ready for our post-storm snack.
Salt water tack.
But you go ahead and find him, and you see him awake and trying to like get out of his hammock as he's been jostled awake.
I'm gonna rush over him and I'll be like, don't worry, everything's fine. Don't try to move. And does he listen to me? Is he like?
Yeah, and
how responsive is he?
I think that you can tell that he's just very panicked of like not knowing where he is and why he's there.
Okay.
On top of the fact that he's in a ship in a storm. But I would say that you at least got his attention.
Okay, I'm just gonna put my hand over his eyes and just be like, shh, it's okay. I'm gonna cast sleep on him.
Can she?
Okay, yeah, okay. Cast sleep on him.
Oh wait, magic.
Oh yeah, you're
right.
able to.
I'm gonna go to do that. And then now I just have my hand over his eyes.
And you see him like kind of try to grab it out. Sleep. He falls backwards out of the hammock as he's trying to get away from your grasp.
I'm just gonna go kneel on the ground next to him. I was like, "Oh, you're in water. I was trying to avoid that. We saved you. You're on a ship. It's fine, but there's a storm. But you're hurt. Get back in the hammock."
Get back
Make a persuasion check.
Beautiful.
Oh, good. That's my best one.
And
I give him
meanwhile,
like a real sweet smile.
meanwhile, I'm on deck like,
That's a 15.
Oh, yeah, you see that at least like he feels a little bit better that he knows that he's on a ship and not at sea anymore, and that's at least an improvement, right?
Good job.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm gonna take that as your turn, and I'm gonna have everybody go ahead and make a dex saving throw for me.
Oh no, we're about to get battered. Brace yourselves.
19.
18.
14.
Okay. So you feel the ship get hit by a wave and just get jostled. While all of you, the three of you, feel pretty safe, and you don't even hit the wall. And the individual that you're with just like hits the side of the ship, but luckily he's below decks and not in danger. However, Fig flies off the side of the ship and is overboard. Of all the rest of the crew, it seems like most of the people have made it, but Fig is over the side of the deck. It is back to you, Slorum.
Oh shoot. Okay. Did I grab my helmet back from Riesling, perchance?
I don't know if you necessarily did, no.
Okay, so we'll have to go with no because they didn't specify that I got it back. Git has the other one, so let's see here. I'll go ahead and grab another oilcloth and run to the other hatch, and I'm gonna shout, "Waco! Mako! Man overboard!"
You see them start to head up and head towards the side of the ship to try to deal with it. Is there anything else you'd like to do besides that?
I'm gonna try and get the last oilcloth.
Okay, just give me a dex check for that.
Cool.
And Fig was the
Tabaxi? The Tabaxi that can't swim.
Tabaxi that can't
That's
swim.
what I thought.
Sweet Fig.
And I did not choose that. That was rolls from our chat.
No,
It was
I
from the
figured,
chat.
yeah.
I was just like, oh.
It's just sometimes the dice are poetic.
I was
Yeah.
Dice give it, and the dice take it away.
The dice chose the yeah.
I'm not doing good with the oilcloth. I only got like a 6.
A 6. Okay. You start to hammer some tacks in, and you hammer another one, and it just the cloth rips, and you feel like you probably are gonna have to go find some more oilcloth.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass it over to Bree.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna stay at the what's his name? Yates is at the helm with me, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell him, since I got the really good check earlier where we like kind of like tied it down and made it more or less easier. I'm gonna tell him to keep at the helm, and I'm gonna try and go help with the hatches, seeing the struggle that's happening over there. On my way, is there anything that I see from the helm to the hatches that we could use to put over it, so that way, like whoever's there doesn't have to go and get it. I can just bring it on my way over.
Yes, absolutely. Probably the most obvious thing would be one of the dinghies. Taking one of the dinghies, flipping it upside down.
Okay.
But that would probably require a strength check.
Yeah, I don't know if I can lift a dinghy by myself.
Yeah, and I already rolled for the oilcloth, so I'm out.
Yeah. Okay, I guess I'm just going to go to the dinghy and try and start dragging it over.
Okay.
Let's go. Dirty 20.
Yes!
Nice.
Heck yeah!
You untie this dinghy. It kind of like comes down, and it was just previously tied up. And you grab it by one end and kind of just like drag it with his stern.
That's so
and
epic.
you're just barely able to get it there on time.
The rain coming down, you're just...
And you can feel it kind of, the dinghy sliding back and forth, but at least the rain and the water is splashing it and kind of splashing off to the side and not going into the hatch.
Her muscles are rippling through her already ripped shirt
I'm
sleeves.
looking way more competent than I am, you guys.
We got a ripped, competent captain.
Yep.
This is awesome.
Yep. All right, and I think that's like movement dash action. I mean, that's kind of unless I can get somewhere else, and I don't know how much movement I had to use for that. But if the other hatch looks like it's having issues,
Riesling, what would you like to do?
So I'm looking around in the area that I'm in. Is there any areas that are actively taking on water from like the sides or anywhere, or is it just from the hatches?
It's really just from the hatches above. You definitely feel like there is a significant amount of water in this ship. You know that there's a bilge pump that can be pumped that Mako and Waco were pumping, and now are back up on the deck. So there's a lot of water that's down here. So you could definitely try to maybe grab this new individual that just woke up and run the bilge pump.
Absolutely. I'm going to be like, well, you're awake. I can't do anything with you, so you might as well help. And I'm going to like put my shoulder under him and my arm around his waist and like start dragging him over to the bilge pump. And I'm going to like grab his hands, put his hands on there. Like I'm just like puppeteering him.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a check at disadvantage.
What kind of check?
A strength check.
Strength check? Okay.
Disadvantage because he failed to help you.
Okay. Well, the first roll was a 6. And so we're going to go with that. So that's a 7.
Yeah. So between the two of you, it's just he's exhausted and just waking up from being unconscious. And he's not able to help you much with as far as the pump goes.
He flops over one side of the pump and is just like dead, kind of waiting on it.
Yeah, absolutely. So above deck, you see Toxa start to throw a rope out to Fig. And then the rope just slides out of his grasp as he realizes not to secure the other end of it. Wit flies down and starts to try to help Yates with the helm as it's starting to get out of control. Am
I the only competent one on the ship? Man.
And however, Squat from above deck or up into the sails, he notices that the line thrown totally was not attached to anything. So he quickly throws another line out, and Fig is able to grasp the line thanks to Squat precisely delivering a line to Fig.
Yes, Squat!
The ship starts to drift a little bit as Yates is not able to control it by himself.
Okay.
But you definitely do see the storm's edge just a little ways away.
All right.
Yeah, it is back to you, Slarm.
All right, I turn to everybody and I say, "Stay hardy, keep going." And I'm gonna go ahead and is this dinghy going anywhere, or is it?
The dinghy is sliding back and forth. It's not secured.
Okay,
it is covering the hatch, but
so I'm gonna pull it up to cover the hatch as much as possible, and then I'm gonna throw a couple of ropes over and lash it down.
Absolutely.
Get it secure. All right. What are we rolling for that?
Let's go ahead and do a dex check again.
Dex check again. You got it. And that's going to be this. Is it 8?
Yeah.
No.
You try to latch it down, but every time that you start to tie the knot, the dinghy just starts to slide away, and you get it gets a little loose, and you're just not able to secure that dinghy. Bella, what would you like to do?
So Fig is being pulled in, Right, he's got a line.
He's got a line, and
Okay.
you see him expertly starting to climb it as fast as possible.
Fix taken care of.
He seems like he's going to get on board really soon.
Probably
Wit
quite
is
motivated.
Wit is helping. with
He's
the-
a wet cat. He's going to get up onto
Oh,
the ship,
yeah.
don't worry.
He does like the scramble.
Yeah. Wit is helping with the helm.
Wit is currently over helping with the helm, yeah.
Home. Okay.
And he seemed to be the only reason why the ship really didn't get off track.
Okay. Then I'm going to try and just secure this dinghy so we can go to the other hatch.
Yeah. Well, the other hatch is taken care of. This is the only hatch that's on.
Just finish this problem. That's going to be, is a dex check?
Yes.
That is going to be 23.
Okay. You are able to. You see Solarum kind of struggling with this stuff. You just kind of jolt it into place, grab it from him, tie it really fast, and get it lashed down. It is secured. You kind of. It's probably like this little like tent of like ropes that you've had to like tie down just to get this awkward dinghy like placed over this.
And then if everything looks good, then I'm going to use my movement and my dash to get back to the helm.
Okay, absolutely.
And that's gonna be my turn.
Gotta lash that dinghy to the hatch.
Yep.
Okay, Riesling.
I'm gonna look at this useless lump of human flesh across from me, not helping with the bilge, and I'm just gonna get real mad. I'm just gonna be like, I almost died dragging you out of that water. I can't swim, and I had to go in after you, and I smack him in the face. And I was like, help me, dang it! And I'm gonna try to keep pumping that bilge pump.
Okay, I'll have you do both as an intimidation check for me.
Okay, so just intimidation check first.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just gonna do it off the intimidation check. That is how you're gonna
to see how
see if you're
motivated
successful. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's a 7.
Oh no!
I know.
Well, you actually feel like a little bit more gets done this time than what happened last time, but you don't feel like you've really motivated him at all.
It's just not working. He's just too hurt.
Yeah. So, for the most part, everyone looks around. For the most part, everything seems like it's been taken care of. You see Toxa start to get below deck and start to tie down some of those things that had broken their way loose. Squat makes it to the bilge pump and is able to help you the next round. Wit and Yates unfortunately did not meet the requirement, and you see Yates first lose control of the helm, and Wit, holding on and almost able to control it, loses it all as well, and the mainmast boom swings, catches the wind, and you see the boom crack. The wind is still blowing the ship, and and you still have some other sails that are up and existing. The ship starts to glide, and you see the edge of the storm. And the edge of the storm is the wind is a little bit less intense, but it's still a storm. It's just less of a storm. Is there anything that you'd like to do as you're exiting this?
Just keep her nice and steady, so that way once we have some breathing room, we can assess the damage of the ship.
Absolutely.
I'm just going to repeat the orders from the captain. Keep us steady!
You see the crew below deck start to run the bilge pump and try to get stuff pumped out. You definitely see that the storm cells have taken a little bit of a beating and have some damage. Your main mast boom is definitely broken, but you're able to sail out of the storm, and that's where we're going to take a break.
Okay.
Yay! We made it. For now.
Thank you, guys. We're going to go to break, and we'll be back shortly. Welcome back to Creative Crits. We just had a quick pizza and potty break. Not at the same time, different times.
Well,
we washed our hands, I promise.
Speak for yourself.
You don't know how I can multitask.
You don't know how to live my life.
See, things happen.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys have survived the storm.
Barely.
The ship has taken on some water. The main mast boom has been broken. But for the most part, you have made it through. What would you like to do as you see the sun start to rise over after the storm at night?
I'm gonna check on the crewmates and make sure that everybody's okay. Is Fig back on board?
Fig is back on board.
Mm-hmm.
He's luckily been able to reel back in, and I think that he's quite relieved. I assume he's probably quite relieved. He probably owes somebody a beer. I think he owes Squat a beer.
Squat gets. I was gonna say Squat gets an extra mug of ale tonight for the hero of the evening with.
Yeah,
with
for sure.
There.
But yeah, everyone is still on board. I am sure everyone is exhausted, having lost a lot of the night's rest. But you're wet, you're dirty, you're tired, but you're safe. Mm-hmm. And the sun has risen again.
I'm gonna go ahead and start running the ship at like third staff, so that we can try and get people like rested up and like recuperated.
Okay, so you're taking priority of rest over repair. Mm-hmm. Okay.
If you ain't got a crew, you ain't got nothing.
Okay. Most of the people are probably exhausted, but hopefully there's some that were like on the edge of their sleep anyway, since we did do the shifts. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try and find a few people to help me assess the damage on the thing that broke.
Yeah, absolutely.
The boom.
I'll let you do a perception check with your selling bonus.
Okay.
Riesing, what would you like to do besides have a really cool mug?
I'm going to turn to the person who I very recently smacked lightly, but I'm going to try to assess like how are they feeling both physically and emotionally. I'm just going to like stare at them like with my eyes. Just like warily, like.
Yeah. You definitely feel like he is intimidated by you. He still has clear signs of sunburn and chapped lips and dehydration. When you hit, his breath is a little raspy, but he seems like he's alive and conscious now, which is an improvement from before. The rest before the storm and the water and the care that you've given him definitely shows that he's on the mend, at least a little bit. But
I'm going to point to the water, like on the ground, like around our feet, because I'm assuming it's still a little wet down there. And I'm just going to be like, don't drink that. I know it came from our water bills, but...
I've been on a ship. I know not to drink seawater that's flown into the I'm a sailor, yeah.
So you have been on a ship before.
Yeah, can't you... And then he looks down and he's like...
I didn't do that.
Well, I mean, these are a lot nicer than what I had before.
And then I'm just going to put my hand out. I'm like, Riesling, soon to be decided last name. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. It's also soon to be decided. Miss soon to be decided. Yeah, I'm Conger.
Conger?
Conger.
Or conquer? Because you didn't conquer whatever took you out.
Not
floating.
Yeah, I'm definitely not. Yeah, it's been a losing streak currently. I'm definitely not a conqueror. Conger.
Okay, and I'm going to grab him by the arm, and I'm going to muscle him and try to go find Bella. Be like, come with me. And I'm just, because I don't know what to say to him. So I'm just going to default to, take him to the captain.
All right. Well, she finds me. Looking at the broken boom, just like completely perplexed. Just like, I got a 7 on my perception check.
You don't know how bad this is, but I mean, you don't know if it's going to be able to be mended. You don't know if you're just going to have to get a new one. You know that it's going to be slow sailing without it.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a cause for other potential hazards, but you don't know how to fix it.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna try to like how able is he to like walk beside me, or is he still pretty weak and I'm like dragging him?
He's willing to walk beside you. I think it's more that he's suffering from exhaustion rather than much else. So he's able to follow along with you, and just with a little bit of extra weight that you're carrying.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, all right. So we're gonna ascend the stairs onto the deck and seek out Bella. I'm gonna be Captain, he's up.
Oh, who? Oh, yes. Our rescuee.
This is Conger the Conqueror.
Conger the Conqueror.
There's nothing about me that's conquering, and Miss Yet to Be Decided is just like really been muscling me around. Do you know that she like slapped me and like and intimidated me when I was downstairs? Like, I don't know what kind of ship you run, Miss, but
I learned everything from her, and I'm pointing at Bella.
Oh. Okay.
What kind of ship I run doesn't really matter now, does it? Since it's the only ship that was able to pick you up in the middle of the ocean.
I'm very thankful for you picking me up. Don't get me wrong. Just I'll do whatever you need me to do on board.
What was the name of your ship, Conga?
It was the Moray.
The Moray. And who was your captain?
Well, there was co-captains actually. It was Flotsam and Jetsam.
How modern.
Oh yeah. How progressive.
Well, it's nice because one takes the nighttime, one takes the daytime.
Of course. And where were you headed?
Well, can I leave it at that we were on a mission?
We're going to
Ianzaris.
Ianzaris. Hopefully that's works for you.
I would be so pleased if you could take me back to Ianzaris, yes.
Very well. What is it that you did on the new other ship?
I was just a rigger. I'm just like all your riggers.
Okay. What do you think about that? And she points to the broken boom.
He looks at it and he takes a few steps, kind of using Riesling to help him a little bit. Mm-hmm. And he turns to you and that looks like it needs to be replaced.
Replaced? Well, I do a quick. How far are we away from Ianzaris?
You were probably only about on selling at normal speeds. You're a day or two away. At normal speed.
I was going to say at this speed we're probably like 3 or 4.
Well, it can't be replaced in the middle of the sea.
Well, obviously.
Obviously.
I mean, things happen.
I dig my elbow into his ribs. Don't make fun of my captain.
Please, that hurts.
I'm gonna start passing word around the crew, looking for anybody who might know a mending spell.
Okay.
Spells don't work right now.
Are they? Do they have people have magic back?
Mm-mm.
What?
Yeah, there's currently no access to magic.
There might be a fix to that, though.
There might be a fix to that.
What fix? Do we have to go kill the dragon koi fish in the sky?
No, we've got some fine fruit.
Fruit.
Yep, that would.
There's other things also, but.
So just to clarify here, outside of character.
But yeah, the fruit would absolutely work.
The fruit would work. What else might we have on the ship that would help with that? Do I need to make a roll?
Yeah, go ahead and make a roll for me.
Okay. What kind of roll do you want?
I'll do an Arcana check.
Arcana check? Okay.
I would have no reason to know this. I'm gonna roll for giggles, but no, I don't know.
Toxa says that he does have a tool for the job, though.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I rolled on that one. I don't know anything about any... actually, I'm not even sure the fruit... I'm not even sure the fruit would work, because that has to, I think it has to ferment or something, you gotta make it into something. I got it at one.
Let me know if you try to ferment the fruit. That might be interesting.
So Toxa,
We don't have time for that.
you said you had something.
Yeah, and he mentions that he has the right tool, and you see him go up and up onto the mast and start telling people what to do, and you see him get it straight and start to try to work on it, and he'll bang on it a few times and attach a little piece of metal, and then you see him do something, and it kind of it starts nailing into place. However, he does not have access to magic at the moment. While he does have the mend spell.
Okay. Who has... So Lalaram had a good point. Who has access to the mending spell on the ship? Toxa? Anyone
He
else?
raises his hand, but nobody else has it.
Okay.
Does Riesling have access to the mending spell?
I fix people, not things.
No, that's totally fine. Okay. You said the fruit would work.
I'm not sure. I think it takes time.
But we don't have time. Where's the fruit?
Those fruit are important, though. It takes a lot to get those. We shouldn't just be giving them out just for a mending spell.
Okay, listen. I don't want to be at sea with this broken boom. Is it really called a boom? Okay, so weird. With a
it is
broken
the
boom.
part that is on the bottom of the sail that
Yeah, that allows you to steer it.
We need to not be at sea with a broken boom. If another storm rolls in, magical storm or not, we would be in a very, very bad place. And we would never make it to the island. So I'm considering this, since we can't fix it without any sort of magic, or wholesale replacing it in the middle of the sea, I'm making an executive decision. We're going to use one of those fruits. We're going to feed it to Toxa.
Can't we just wait till tomorrow and the magic will be back and then just do it then? What's one
Will
more
it be
day?
back?
The magic would be back.
Yeah, it would be back.
It would be back tomorrow. Captain.
If it's not back tomorrow, then we're taking some of those fruit. Or if another storm rolls in, we're taking some of those fruit. There's no way that we can weather another storm without the ship in tip-top shape.
Aye, Captain.
We can sit tight until then.
Riesling's a little salty, but
you see Toxa say, "I'll eat the fruit if you want me to."
We'll wait. See if the magic comes back. I'm not a magic user, so I'm not used to the timetable of these things.
Good plan.
it will come back. It always does.
And in a day.
Yeah, roughly.
Right.
Could be tonight even.
The captain has made her decision. We'll go ahead and wait the full day. The crew needs to rest anyway, right? We need to
Get your rest. Eat your fill.
Make sure that our new friend Conger was that what I heard you guys calling him? Yeah. Gets his gets some recuperation. We'll make sure that he drinks up and get some food in him if he can stomach it.
I'm gonna wheel on Conger to try to change the subject because I'm a little not happy with the fruit discussion, and I'm gonna dig an elbow back in his thing. I was like, "What did your crew want in Ionzars anyway? Not to hurt the people there, right?"
No, I'm from there.
Oh.
I'm gonna roll an insight check. Okay.
Yeah, can I also roll an insight check?
Insight
Yeah.
on that.
Because I'm really concerned about Kaori's people and not suffering any more harm from anybody.
While Kaori's people, or her hometown is not necessarily there. It's the pirate crew that she'd like to join that's based out of there.
Okay,
Right.
gotcha. Well, I got a 10 anyways.
Her people are.
I mean, Yeah, I don't know if you know if he's telling
Yeah,
the
he's
truth
probably
or not.
I got a
I can tell he's
15.
in pain.
You probably think that he is telling the truth.
Okay, so he seems on the up and up.
Yeah.
All right. So just he seems like he's just trying to get back to Ianzaris and.
And how did your ship crash?
We're
I dig my elbow in.
Give me an intimidation check.
Yeah, I'm
gonna get up. I'm
having a teenage mood swing.
I'm gonna get up behind her and like cross my arms like big lion dude.
I'll let you do it with advantage because Solarium can probably intimidate
Oh,
the
thank
heck
goodness.
out
That
of
was only
somebody.
I rolled a 7. So okay, that one is a 15.
Nice.
Fine. I guess it doesn't matter because probably my whole ship, my crew, everybody's probably gone. The pirate lord Longneck sent me and the rest of my crew, well, I guess sent my captains and all of our crew to hunt the giant shark Otis. Otis, we hunted him for a while. We found him. We shot our ballista at him, and he got away. And then in the middle of the night, he out of nowhere, our whole ship was just launched into the air, and then it was over. It was just swimming and trying to find something to hold on to, and I mean, I guess if you fight something, you can expect it to fight you back. And
You said it was a giant shark you were going after?
Yeah, the legendary giant shark of New Bastion.
Didn't
Otis.
you see that the other day before the storm?
What?
Yes. It was going away from the ship, but yes, we did catch sight of it.
It's real.
Yes?
I'm just learning more and more today. That there are legends from where I come from about this giant shark. It looks as big as a ship. Was it as big as a ship, like they say?
It was bigger than our ship.
Bigger than your ship. Well, how big was your ship?
As big as this one.
Salarm's fanboying.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. And you see him like.
I mean, take one of those guys and just like multiply them, and you get the idea.
That's insane. You see him like whip out his notebook and he starts like writing all of this down.
So you said the pirate captain sent you on this. Are you a pirate?
Not the pirate lord Longneck sent my captains on this mission.
Does he have a long neck?
I've never seen him.
Have you heard he has a long neck?
I've heard that his neck is of. Yeah, I've heard his body is of a different proportion, I should say.
Interesting.
Have I heard of this guy?
Eppa says, I turned to Bella.
Go ahead and make a history check with disadvantage. I feel like it's unlikely.
Wait, that's a 9. So history would be an 11.
It's not bad with a disadvantage. Yeah, I don't think that you've heard of him, though.
I've heard that he's got a grotesque figure, and his arms are twice as long as they should be, and his ears stretch far back, like about a foot, and his skin is this creepy pale color.
Wouldn't his ears get caught in the wind during a storm? He would fly off the ship.
They're like skinny ears. It's very aerodynamic.
Like long elf ears.
Yeah, but like
2 feet
longer.
long.
So they
Oh,
make like
man.
a whistling sound when the wind goes by, like
And that's why you can always hear when you're coming.
Oh my god. This is
Raven
fascinating.
has bought in.
So you're
100%.
saying that, and Conger is just like,
Riesling believes it because Captain Bella knows
I
everyone
was
and
gonna
everything.
say, and she's a pirate, so
Yeah.
like she's among all
All
of us,
pirates
she's
know each other.
clearly the one that would know that this pirate lord is just this grotesque figure. And I'm like drawing like.
And the
in my
reason
sketchbook this-
why they called him Longneck is since he can always hear you trying to sneak up on him, he'll just turn his head around like an owl and look right at you if you try and sneak up on him.
Ooh, I'm getting chills.
Can all pirate captains? Can you do that?
No, not yet. I haven't had any reason to, have I?
Yet.
Riesling looks over her shoulder. Like Riesling takes a mental note: don't sneak up on the captain.
That'd be so creepy. Just walking up behind someone.
It's so funny
Her
because
head just turns around.
perception's probably I have a passive perception of 9, you guys. It's my worst skill.
It's even better. You would
But
totally lie about that.
we don't know that.
Yeah, we have no idea.
You know that, and your character knows
I don't even know
that.
if Bella knows that.
She thinks she has the best perception.
She's the best.
The
She's
best.
obviously the best.
Oh, man. This is good.
Okay.
Alright.
So, I guess it's just a waiting game until tomorrow. Just making sure running for the first part of the day, the crew is pretty light. That way everybody who needs to sleep can get some sleep. And I am probably taking a point of exhaustion if I make this constitution check, I'm assuming, because I still haven't slept at all yet.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to stay up and
Yeah.
then the storm hit. Ooh, that's going to be 11.
I think you're probably taking that point of exhaustion.
Yeah, okay. Okay,
If you're staying up.
I am. So, I'm just going to write it here in temporary.
So that's disadvantage on skill
Checks, everything. I think disadvantage on everything is first point of exhaustion. But it won't be for long, just until the next shift can come up. So yeah.
All right. Waiting until next shift.
So as the time passes and your various crew is kind of taking a little bit more relaxing of a pace, Toxa tries to temporarily kind of piece it together and you feel like it might hold for a little while. It's up to your decision if you'd like to risk putting a sail on it and seeing if it works. The bilge keeps getting pumped and you kind of just have to rotate a crew out for a little while as they're pumping water from the ship.
Yeah.
The hardtack have floated all around the ship, and they've started to kind of like get lodged these soggy hardtacks
sticky.
in different spots and in the grates to where they go down into the drains. Would you like to do anything about what's going on below deck?
I'll take a couple of the spare crewmates and we'll go down and we'll start hauling up buckets of the hardtack that's been spilled and stuff and start like chucking it over the.
Okay, so you chuck it over.
Yeah.
How
we
deep
can't
is
eat
the
it
water
after.
down there? Oh, sorry.
It was probably around like a little over knee height, but just
Okay.
slowly it's starting to drain
Okay.
down.
So not high enough for Riesling to try to find a secluded place and practice her doggy paddle.
No, you probably couldn't practice swimming
Yeah, I would probably
inside
go
the
down, take a look, think about
Yeah.
it. Nah. But she thought about it. She considered
Yeah.
it.
It's been thought about. So you start cleaning it up. Are you just doing that with buckets? Is there anything in particular?
So yeah, I'm getting, like I said, a couple of spare crewmates. We're kind of doing a bucket brigade where we have like one person sending down the bucket and then another person. We have one bucket being sent down, like 3 people, and then send the same bucket up, chuck it over the edge.
Mhm.
I'll start the shanties back up again to get the pumps going, a little bit faster and all that jazz, and then gonna have Conger come down, and since he's not doing like too great, but he still kind of needs to be put to work here, I'm gonna have him start kind of swabbing the lower decks and get all of the sticky hardtack that's been like washed over the floor and stuff.
I mean, a lot of it's still probably floating. It's not quite below floor, below deck.
Okay. So then we'll I'm trying to think of something light work that I may be able to put him on. I'll have him go to the galley and start chopping vegetables.
Yeah.
And I'll see if I can hunt down the captain again a little bit later on. Notice that she's looking a little worse for wear as far as exhaustion goes. And
I look fantastic, thank you.
In the meantime, before you see Captain Bella, Captain Bella, go ahead and make me a intelligence check with your bonus from sailing, but at disadvantage.
That would be a 6.
So you lay out your maps to check that you're on track and you're going the right direction, but your head start getting that piercing headache of when you're just up too long and everything. It's like thinking through pea soup, but it seems like you're going the right direction and everything's working properly. That is what. But you can continue. I just wanted to get
So I come in and she's like grabbing her head, like massaging her temples as she's reading this map, and I just walk over and Captain.
What? Hey, yes. What?
You need some rest.
How is everybody else doing? Have we changed shifts yet?
Ship's in shape. We've got maybe an hour until shift change.
Okay.
Everything's well on its way. We're cleaning up the lower decks.
Good.
The boom is relatively secure until tomorrow. We need to get some rest.
Okay.
I'll take over running until you can sleep this off.
All right. You're right. I need rest. I've got a terrible headache.
And I go over to her little stove and I put the kettle on. And I brew her just a cup of the basic tea that I got from the mainland, and I give her a cup of tea and a biscuit and send her off to bed.
So
little warm
I couldn't
milk.
ask for a better first mate.
Well, keep it shipshape, Captain.
Eat my little biscuit.
Get her all squared away there. I'm gonna look over the maps and see if there's anything else while she's out that seems off or the course has been charted improperly or anything like that.
Would you let him look over your maps?
Yeah. Not my map, but
your map
ship's map.
Is
whoever,
stowed away
in fact, probably whoever is taking over helmsman while I'm asleep should have these, and I hand over the chart.
Okay. Yeah, the charts.
Map.
So I'm gonna double check the charts just to make sure because she seemed like she was out of it.
Okay, you can give me an intelligence check trait.
Okay. All right, not bad.
Unless you're proficient in cartography tools.
Not cartography, no. I have painters and carpentry, but no cartography. So that's a +1. That's an 8.
An 8. It seems right to you.
Okay.
It seems like she's probably got it figured out.
All right, so we'll head on up. Out of the crew, who seems like they would be the best at helm besides the captain?
Probably Yates.
Yates.
You've seen Yates take it over a few times, and while he's slow, it's almost like a methodical kind of
It's very
slow.
deliberate, and he's thinking ahead and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I pull out the charts and I lay them out on the deck just above, and I'm like, I can't make heads or tails of this. Do you have any experience? What does this look like to you?
That looks like a map. I crit failed.
Oh.
Well, if we're going the wrong direction, we're meant to go the wrong direction. That's 3 for 3, everybody.
Right. I mean, that's about as much as I could make out from it too. I'm pretty sure these are islands, and the big red X's are places we're supposed to avoid. But other than that, I'm kind of lost as to So like I look up at the sky and it's like daytime at this point. I'm imagining.
Yeah.
Still daytime, so I'm like, no stars. Like, well, I don't know what to do. Keep it moving, I suppose. I know we're
Follow
headed.
the sun.
Yeah, I was like, I know we're headed approximately that direction.
You hear Squat call down to you. First mate, Solarum, you should look at this. Come up here.
All right. And then start climbing the rigging up to Crow's Nest.
Well, as you climb up to the Crow's Nest, you get up to the moonsail, and out on the moonsail beam, you find Kaori. But she's fast asleep and passed out, and for some reason tied to the mainsail.
Right.
And you notice that she's been conspicuously missing for a little while, hasn't she?
She was missing from the that situation, that whole setup there. All right. That was Squat that had me come up there. I was like, did you tie her up, or?
No, she was like that when I found her.
Okay.
I hadn't come up here since after the storm, and as soon as I came up here, this is how I found her. I promise, like, I'm a little scared of her. I want to tie her up.
No, I get it. Sorry about that, Squat. No, no. Cats, foxes, not big fans of were rats. Thank you. I'll take it from here. And I kind of dismiss him. She might be kind of angry when she gets up, so if you want to, dip for now, I'll take care of this. I approach her. Does she appear to be injured at all, or in any sort of poor shape?
She almost seems like she's in suspended animation. It's like her whole body, you can see like a slight level of breath, but she's almost like too still to be sleeping.
Right. And she called out for that, like, spirit that she has with her all the time. I'm trying to remember.
Peer?
I call out for Peer. I'm like, Peer, are you around here?
And you hear a squawk next to you. Peer.
Right. Ortho.
But the peer does not appear.
Okay. I turned to Ortho and I was like, can you mimic her voice when she called for Peer?
You hear him pause for a second, and then you hear Peer, and it's like like Kaori's voice. But again, just nothing appears.
Okay. I'm gonna go check on her again. Does she seem to? She doesn't seem to be injured.
She doesn't seem to be injured, and she seems to be tied to
the mast.
To the mast.
Okay. I'm gonna just like check her over and see if I can figure out what's going on with the suspended animation.
Are you trying to get like a medicine check?
Either like a medicine check, or like if this seems magical, like in any way.
I'll allow a medicine or an arcana check. But tell me which one.
All right, let me find. Let me see if I which one I would suspect more here. I would say this looks relatively magical, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll for Arcana. Not great. 6.
Yeah, I don't think that magically you understand what's going on.
Yeah, so I don't know what's happening here. I'll take the ropes and I'll untie them, and then I'm gonna sling her over my shoulders and then retie it so that she's like kind of slung over my back like a backpack. Yeah. And I'm gonna climb down.
Wit kind of like helps you since he can fly as tying stuff around you, and so that it's a little bit easier as they see some sort of struggle up there.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and climb down the rigging.
But yeah,
with her on me, and I'm gonna take her to the first mate's quarters, that little cot that's off the side of the captain's quarters. and I'm gonna go ahead and lay her down there, and then I'm gonna immediately go find Riesling.
Okay.
So before he gets to me, go like back in time maybe 5 minutes. Riesling is in the galley with Conger.
Yeah.
And he is chopping vegetables, I guess. And she's just keeping up a stream of conversation, like, oh, you know, cabbages are the best for this, yada yada. And she knows that her magic is gone, but she doesn't know if the symbol, like its influence or its anything, is gone. And she know that it can do something to people. So while she's keeping up this stream of chatter, she's just trying to see if she can like put dishes away from where they fell and subtly see if she can cast anything with this on Conger, because he's the most expendable.
Yeah, absolutely. So, normally when you reach for your magic, it's like the reaching into like this crystalline pool of energy. However, for this, you feel like you reach into something a little bit different. It's almost like sliding into like this oily substance. And as it comes into you as you cast something from it, immediately he freezes and holds in place. And you feel a warmth from the side of your face.
Oh gosh. She's saying this out loud. She's like, oh gosh. And I'm gonna smack him, and I'm gonna try to like not cast it.
Drop it.
Yeah, you drop it. He immediately. Was that you?
You must have gotten a concussion from that storm. You should go lay down. Really, it's been quite a few days for you. And I'm like patting him all over. Like,
make a
rubbing his
persuasion
cheek.
check.
Deception.
Okay.
Deception or persuasion?
Yeah, make a deception check. You're right.
yeah,
You're
I'm
absolutely right. That
definitely
is
lying.
deception.
Oh, I'm better at persuasion, darn you.
Sorry.
It's okay. Oh, that is a 21.
Yeah, so he thinks for a second, he stops. That was a hell of an... Yeah, I'm gonna go take a nap. And you see him like just like this like level of confusion come over his face as he stops, and then he turns around and he heads below
I pat
decks.
him on the head. I was like, yeah, it's for the best.
But now you know you can cast magic from your tattoo, even if...
Filing that away. Not comfortable with how I felt while it happened.
And
I felt gross. I felt dirty.
Oily.
You go to go back, pick up where he stopped, chopping vegetables with the knife, and you lift up the knife and look at yourself, and you see it move just the slightest amount.
Your little starfish buddy.
I feel like I dropped the knife and I like dash out of there, leaving the vegetables.
I assume that you like as you're leaving quickly, you bump into Solarum like in the doorway or something.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like rushing out and we bump shoulders.
Riesling.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Good to hear. I guess.
Yeah, what's up? What's wrong? What's happening?
I found Kaori.
Oh, is she okay? I was wondering. I kind of figured she didn't want to get her fur wet during the storm.
If
But
she didn't want to get her fur wet, she shouldn't have come out on the sea. But
that's true.
we found her in the crow's nest. She had tied. It looked like she had tied herself, or somebody had tied her to the mast. I don't know what's going on, but she seems to be unconscious and she's breathing. She's alive, but it's strange. I can't make heads or tails of it.
Yeah, take me to her.
Let's go.
She wouldn't tie herself to the mast, would she?
I've heard of people doing it in storms when they're afraid that they might get thrown overboard and they're not able to stay conscious.
She's tougher than that, though.
I thought so, but here she is, and we get up to the first mate's quarters, and I open the door, and she's laying there.
All right, I'm gonna put my hand under her nose, make sure she's breathing.
As you put your finger under there, you feel breath, but it's almost like where you would expect, 3 or 4 breaths to happen. She'll only have 1.
Okay. So
it just seems very, very slow.
I'm gonna peel up her evil eye and take a look at that.
You open her evil eye, and you see this red star that's just slowly rotating, but it doesn't seem like she acknowledges that there's anything there.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to the star because I don't have any magic other than my own star. Actually, I'm gonna aim like my star at it, and I'm gonna speak into her pried open eyeball, and I'm gonna be like, "You listen here. I don't know what you want with us. You've clearly marked us. You've marked her, and you've marked me. So you have to want something. But whatever it is, you're not gonna get it if you take us out and leave us incapacitated. All right? She could have died during that storm. That was a nasty storm. But if you have any hope of wanting to use us, which for me is probably very likely because I'm not the smartest, but you need her more. And so you give her back to us. She's your best bet at getting whatever you want. And I'm just gonna like mean mug the eye.
You feel a warmth spread across your cheek. Solarum, what do you do?
I'm going to stash that bit of information for later.
Okay.
Because, yeah, I am looking very uncomfortable. She's
talking to an eyeball.
Yeah, she's like leaned over her like this, and she's got the eyeball right open, and she's talking to her like sideways, and I'm like,
and the star is turning like a Sharingan, like just rotating.
Not my business. Not my business. I'm just gonna take a step back, like she knows what she's doing. This is probably some weird ritual or something. I don't know. When she's done talking to Kaori, like, do you turn around?
You don't see any sort of response from her.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let her eye like fold closed. I was like, I'm gonna let you think on that, and then I'm just gonna like tuck her in, make sure she's secure, so that if we hit a wave, she's not gonna like fall off the bed.
You just see Solarum standing there with his like mouth open, and then I like close it. And I'm like, is she okay?
I mean, I can't see anything wrong with her.
Like, all her vitals are there. She's not gonna.
She's breathing really slowly. Like, for every 3-4 breaths we take, she's only taking one. So something has her under. I don't know if it's this thing we share, or if it's. And I'm gonna go close the door, and I'm gonna be like, what if we have a traitor on the ship?
Like somebody knocked her out and tied her up?
It's the only other thing I could think of. Either it's this,
Oh,
or it's somebody on the crew. I mean, there is quite a few of us.
All right.
They say it takes 400 hours to be considered close friends with somebody. And we're way off of that.
Yeah, no.
I saw that study too.
Wants to grind friendship.
I get it. Look, I am no expert when it comes to reading people. If I was, then I wouldn't be in the situation that I am now. I honestly think... I can't believe I'm saying this. I honestly think we should wait for the captain. And,
yeah, let's bring her in here.
See,
we need a wavelength powwow.
She's resting right now. We need to let her sleep because she was literally falling over on the maps when I walked in. So
that'll be a concussion.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I'm very familiar with those. It happens to people out of nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely. and you don't know what's going to happen afterwards. Everybody reacts differently. It's weird. We need to let her rest. Kaori's not going anywhere.
You're
obviously.
Right.
If she's breathing, if she's doing okay, other than this weird hibernation or whatever she's in, we can wait until tomorrow to let the captain know what's going on. in the meantime, I think maybe keeping a closer eye on the crew members, especially the, well, it wouldn't have been the new guy because he was out that entire time, basically, or with you that entire time,
true.
basically.
He was with me.
She was up at the crow's nest, so it has to be somebody who can climb, who would be able to get up there. It's definitely worth looking into. So let's keep a closer eye on the crew. See if we can
need
find
to watch what we say, especially in regards to like what we're here for. And I mean, if we have shady stuff in the cargo, we need to watch our words and maybe just be a little more careful.
Absolutely.
I'm not the brightest.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna try to watch what I say.
Okay. Yeah. Mum's the word. Got it.
Should we have a signal if I start to ramble and you think I might say something bad?
My signal will be, if you're okay with it, putting my finger over your lips.
Sure.
Great.
I mean, that'll definitely shut me up.
Yeah, that'll definitely.
What if you're not next to me, though?
Maybe put my finger over my lips.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have, like, mage hand. You can, like...
No.
Do a fantasy
No.
finger on my lips.
I'm a monk. I don't do the... Ooh.
You can't extendo arm? Aren't you guys, like, really...
I mean, I'm fast. I could run over to you in, like, 2 seconds and put my finger on your mouth, but I think that would be kind of obvious.
That's true.
Yeah. So just either or yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Great.
Is that too obvious?
No. I think.
Okay.
I think as long as you
I think the captain will like it.
Yeah, just take a step back. It'll be fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
So,
all right.
I mean, stop talking.
Yep. All right.
Okay, I tuck Kaori in and I swaddle her, so I take the blankets and I tuck them underneath her body, so she is almost mummified, so she can't move. And I take the corners and I tuck them under the mattress, so she's pinned down. So I hope she doesn't wake up when I'm not there, because she's gonna freak out. But that way she doesn't fall off the bed in a wave, because she can't control herself.
Yeah. So as some time passes, the day lingers and passes into the night, and on the horizon you see the moon start to rise, and you can feel that energy come back.
All right. I immediately go find the captain. Mm-hmm. First things first. And I, check in on her. I make another cup of tea and wake her up with tea.
So sweet.
I just take care
you
of her.
Sneak in there surprise tea.
Surprise
the
tea
smell of tea is what wakes her up.
Yeah.
No, I'm asleep. There's no way. Yeah, no.
I bet he's pretty stealthy too.
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say that was kind of my gig beforehand. Anyway, I make you you're woken up with a cup of tea, and I set it down on the bedside there. I unroll the charts, and I look over them. I'm like, Captain, we are really lost.
Are we?
Yeah, we thought that we were pointed north, but then Yates checked our heading when the moon came up. We're way turned around. We need to get this under control here.
Okay, we'll just have some tea and then get on it. I take my tea and put my captain's coat on and my hat on, and then I go up and go to the helms. The helm and where the maps are, and
as you start to look at everything and with a clear head, you can tell that the ship has been listing off to the side. So as it's been sailing, it's just been drifting off to the port side.
It's not that bad. Easily corrected. I'll try and get us back on course.
And you notice that every time that you start to you'll turn it to starboard, but it just almost resists. It's like when your wheels are out of alignment, it just kind of fights you back. Maybe. I don't know.
So are we out alone at the helm?
The two of you, sure.
Yeah, great. Okay. So I'm gonna as she's like steering, like, kind of running into that, we found Kaori.
Oh. Yeah. Was she lost?
We don't know exactly what happened to her, but she was unconscious. She was tied up
Where?
in the eagle's nest, or in the crow's nest.
She was tied up.
Tied up, and I couldn't tell if she had tied herself up or somebody had maybe knocked her out and put her up there.
Where is she now?
She's in the first mate's quarters. She's okay. She's breathing.
I go to see her, and then you say she's okay. She's breathing, and I kind of. Okay, she's resting.
As far as we can tell, she's in some sort of hibernation or torpor. She's breathing very slowly. I couldn't tell. Maybe there was something magical going on there, but she was out cold. I was able to carry her down without waking her up, which is a pretty big feat if our previous experiences have been any indication.
Okay. Well, and now my mind is going to all of the stuff that was not tied down.
Mm-hmm.
Is that normal, or did we just not get to that? Was it like it was tied down and then these things weren't, and that's why we noticed them? Or
most of the below deck, a lot of the things actually ended up getting tied down. They had just broken.
Okay.
So it was a mistake.
It was just a roll to see how bad they got jostled.
Okay.
Gotcha.
That's what that.
Okay.
I feel like you'd probably be able to tell what It's not something that was malicious.
Either it has something to do with, when I gesture to the eye.
Right.
Or we have somebody on this ship who's got a little malintent for our fox lady.
Okay. Keep somebody at her door, somebody that we know we can trust.
Aye.
I'm going to go up to the crow's nest.
Before you do that, you hear squat from above. Ship off the starboard quarter! And,
Okay. I go up to the crow's nest.
I'll take the helm.
I look at what is out there.
You see what looks like a little bit larger of a ship than you. It has two main masts, and it seems like it's approaching relatively quickly from the starboard quarter, which would be right in behind you.
Okay.
What colors is it flying?
It doesn't appear to be flying colors.
Flying any colors.
Okay.
No. Okay.
While I'm up here, I'm going to do an investigation check really quick, and I'll squat. Where was Kaori found?
Kaori was found right over there, and it's literally the top sail. She was tied to the top of the top sail.
Okay.
The topmost sail, the mainsail.
Okay, is there anything to see with a 19?
Well, for the most part, everything that was tied there has already been removed, so it's probably a little late.
There's just nothing there. Okay.
Not much anymore now that everything's been untied but yeah.
I call up to the crow's nest. Captain, what are the orders?
Really distracted right now. Keep course. Get Toxa up. See if you can repair the boom.
He's been working on the boom on and off. He's it does
but
seem
now that
like
he has magic.
It does seem like it's coming along now that he's able to repair it magically. So.
Okay, so mending is slowly kind of doing the trick.
I'll call up to this. I'm assuming he's up on the boom, essentially trying to get it.
Yeah, the bottommost boom.
Toxa, what's the situation? Can we use the boom?
The boom is almost ready, but you guys see that ship, right?
Yes.
We're seeing if we might be able to outrun it.
What is Riesling doing during all this?
Riesling is going to have gone back into the first mate's room to check on Kaori.
Okay. What kind of check would you like to do on Kaori?
I'm just going. I'm gonna have a chair in the corner. Periodically, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna go over to the eye, open it, and be like, "Let her go." And then I'm gonna go sit back down and wait. And then I'll let a little bit of time pass. I'll go back over. I'm serious. Let her go, or so help me, I will scrape this thing off my face. I will peel my flesh off. And I go sit back down. And I wait. Is there any change in her?
You don't see any immediate change, no.
Okay. After like 2 or 3 times of that, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna head onto the deck. Is the first mate's room on the deck? Like I can see the door from the deck?
Right next door to the captain's quarters.
Okay, I'm gonna go onto the deck and I'm gonna keep my eyes always within eyesight. Like not necessarily guarding it, but like always eyes in the peripheral on the door to like the first mate's quarters.
I'm gonna shout down to Riesling.
Okay.
Keep an eye on Kaori.
Aye, aye. And then I'm gonna go back and I'm just gonna stand outside the door.
Okay, absolutely.
Do we have a sail on the boom yet?
You give a little bit of time and you're able to rake that sail and open it up.
I'm not opening it up yet. I'm gonna wait until the captain gives the orders to like run.
Okay.
She's just said keep course, so we're just literally just holding our heading right now.
And
how fast is the ship coming up behind us?
It's making good way towards you.
It's catching up.
Yeah.
And what kind of ship is it? What are we looking at?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Is our pirate flag flying?
No. We have struck our colors. We don't have our colors flying yet.
Okay.
You don't raise the colors until you are interacting with another ship, especially if you're pirates.
Okay, Riesling does not know this.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, good. Let's see here. Perception, you said?
I got a 12 on the perception. Because I'm also looking at the ship. I'm letting it get a little bit closer so I can maybe see.
That is a 17.
Mm-hmm. So you have a good feeling that it's a brigantine. It's just a little bit larger than the ship that you're currently sailing. It's a little too far away to get much of a good eye on it, but it is pretty quickly taking up the distance between the two of you, and as you're paying attention, the ship actually is kind of like weaving a little bit back and forth in your trail.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know. Let me think.
Are any of Tucker's crew up here on deck?
There's probably a few that are around.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shout down to one of his crew members. I'm just like, hey, you, go make sure Tucker's cargo is a little bit more secured. And
aye. And you see him kind of dart down, and a couple people actually follow him to go ensure that that's taken care of.
Yeah.
I'm gonna yell up to Solarum from the door. I'll be like, maybe the patient knows something. Conger.
Good idea. And I call for Conger.
We're just screaming at each other.
Yeah, I mean, there's chaos going on deck at this point. We're getting into...
You hear Mako call, should I get him? I think he's still sleeping.
Oh yeah, he thinks he has a concussion. He's fine.
Mako, get Conger.
Aye, mate. And then he starts to bolt down below decks.
Just in case, seeing them doing the weird thing, I have no idea what that's about. And so I'm going to call to some of the cannon masters that we have, and I'm going to say, ready the cannons, just in case.
You have 2 ballista.
Yeah, we don't
we don't have cannons? What kind of pirate doesn't have cannons?
Like
pre-18th century.
Captain Bellamy Bones?
Ready the ballistas.
You hear from several crew members, aye, Captain! And you see the ballista that are still tied down from the storm, them start to untie them and wheel them around and start to crank them and load bolts into them.
Ballista ready, Captain!
Okay. I don't know And they're not raising any colors yet.
There's no colors. I'll go ahead and let you make another perception check for me.
What is going on?
I'm gonna use my inspiration. I'm gonna roll the cat die.
Yes. Yes. Is that an 18?
That's a 19.
Yes.
So
goodness.
an 18.
So this brigantine starts to get closer to you, and while it's only maybe 100 feet out from the ship now, it pulls closer along the starboard side, and you can see down on the deck, and there's nobody there. And as it catches the wave, you see one of the windows in the front open up, and an eye looks at you. And that's where we'll end for
Go ship!
Go ship! Oh
Wait,
my gosh.
Wait, no, I know what this is. This is a
Oh,
You gotta
don't say,
save
don't
it.
say. I have no idea.
You gotta save it.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right, so we're gonna
You're
wrap
part
there.
world creator. You don't get to say anything.
You gotta save it. So thank you for tuning into Creative Crits tonight.
Thank you. Oh boy.
We have a game on Tuesday that is Cappy Battle. That is an original creation by Jesse Jurdak. We have a giveaway during that game from Mithril Armory that will be giving away 2 1020s to whoever comes and delivers the best capybara related pun.
Yeah, for those who don't know what Cappy Battle is, it's literally the players are going to be battling each other as capybara.
Yep. And
It sounds amazing.
We're gonna have some amazing guest stars on there too. I'm not gonna give too much away, but
So January 30th is the next Yap game, yet another venturing party.
I'll be there.
Besides that, if you enjoyed what was going on tonight, all these different people that I've been mentioning during this game are actually people that are part of our Discord community that are playing alongside via roles that I'm having them give
Crew
me
members,
things
shout
that they
out.
different say.
Love the crew.
And they are literally what they're doing is affecting our game and what's happening here. So if you would like to be a part of that, you can go join the ship's crew on our Discord. There's a lot of other cool stuff that's coming to our Discord, so check it out. Otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in tonight.
See you there, guys.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.